it's like, all right, we're going hot. You ready to shoot the guns? Don't forget to put tracers in there because I want the bastards to see it coming. Get it? Sorry, I've been watching those videos of those helicopters in the dark blowing these little turbines off these rocks.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? I like.
Do you know the reason I like the 50 cal and then the tracer?
Why's that, Scotty?
It's more sportsmanship. It gives them like a millimeter second to run, you know, because it's bang, tracer. Tracer ain't going to kill them. Well, you know, hypothetically speaking, it might set them on fire.
Yeah. Every.
But let's give them that 1 second.
Round,
yeah, let's give them a second to run.
Every ninth round or so.
It's like shooting at rabbits. They should be, you know, let's at least let them run a little.
People used to ask me all the time, what's the wait time on a grenade? And I'd go between 5 seconds and the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Nobody cooks off grenades.
You know what? You know what my response would have been? Wow. Hold this. I'll be back.
Yeah. And then,
hold this and you tell me.
Let me know how this turns out for you.
I used to tell kids when we were jumping out of the plane, you know, I was kind of the older guy, and I'd look at them and then I'd go, you know, if this chute doesn't open, how long you got? And they'd be like, how long? And I'd go, the rest of your airborne life.
That's right.
Because you'll be screaming towards the ground at approximately 125 miles per hour. We have a little red car in front of the studio this morning. Little red car. Little red car.
I have no idea.
Jeff Mathias.
Oh, it's Jeff Mathias.
Oh, man.
Mr. Patriotic himself. Wave to the camera. No, wave to us. Wave to us. Don't wave to the people. Quit licking your arm, you weirdo.
God, that was hugely. Yeah, that was. Can't even say strange.
All I'm thinking is some weird happy ending just took place in the front seat of that Mustang.
Yeah, by
himself.
Scary thought.
Well, with me and Stephanie, we're just talking about the new camera arm that I have, and apparently we're going to test it out today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So did we ever reschedule the stun gun OC spray?
I hadn't talked to him.
Okay.
Remember, he's only off certain days of the week.
Right.
So
I just want to keep reminding people of that.
I can't believe that you seriously still want to be tased.
Well, I do.
Or do we know that your health will allow such?
I don't think anyone knows what my health is.
I'm asking you a serious question before you die on my property.
Well, I mean, you know,
we've already had one body dead upstairs. I don't want one dead in the backyard.
Wow, that was...
why do you look at me like that? My grandfather died in the house. So why do we want another one in the backyard?
Well, I mean, let's be realistic, because you guys are always like, you know, as far as grandma.
Can you hurry up and get to the point?
Jesus H. Christ, don't start with me. So grandma running around the house as a specter.
And grandpa too.
And grandpa running around the house. I think Military Mike should be haunting this place too, man. I'll be like farting. You guys will be like, who farted? Who farted?
You already stink while you're alive. Why the hell would I want it the other way?
Because then you can tell people the place is haunted by Military Mike.
No, the only reason you'd make a good dead person is you'd finally shut up.
No, I wouldn't. Oh, I'd be a noisy dead person.
You're so noisy now.
Hello.
It's on.
You ugly. You're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
He doesn't have any headphones. I guess he's whining about it.
Yeah, you have to lean over there, Steph. Turn it up. Remember, I had to turn them off the other.
All I got is static coming through.
Yeah, you got that right. He's got his hair done. He's got.
How's that?
That's better.
Patriotic.
Testicles 1, 2.
Testicles 1, 2, 3.
Testicles swollen 1. Okay, 2. Testicles swollen 1. Okay,
1, 2,
2.
3, 4. 1, 2, and then 4.
No, it's 6. Actually 5.
1 and
well,
1.
how many you got? Okay.
She's a
7.
She's a toter.
You know,
she looks like a chipmunk, but she's a toter.
And no insult.
Mike doesn't even laugh at that one.
Yeah. No insult to you, Steph, but I always call Casey Steph because he sits. You know how?
Is he short like me?
Yeah, and I'm like Steph, and then I go, oh.
And y'all both hire prostitutes apparently.
Wow,
I don't
he's an
hire
elected
no
official.
They give it away.
Yeah.
He's an elected official.
He's not yet.
I know, but I was told not to say anything.
No!
Shut
up!
So, Jeff, how's your prostitute allocation?
Oh, I
going?
thought you were fixing to ask him how his prostate was.
And that too.
Both are doing well.
Well,
thanks for asking.
There you go.
You can always check later.
Can you check your own
Wow.
prostate?
I don't know, Mike. As many
Okay.
times as you've done it, can you?
I've look. If I hug you, I've been violated a lot.
Mike,
lately.
here's my question. You
I'm
asked.
feeling really chummy.
You know what makes no sense is you're the guy that asks the question, but you're also the guy that would have the most knowledge about said situation.
Well, this is
And
my.
And you notice how often he's going to get it checked? Seems like he's enjoying it.
Well, I know there's a couple times I show up, my name's not on the list, and I'm like, come on, just do it.
Now, is that the
Said
reason-
no one ever.
He's asking, are you now accepting walk-ins?
Yeah. Well,
It's not the hair salon. It's
They
ain't
get
great.
done and it'll be a walk-in on him.
Georgia
That's right.
Urology accepts walk-ins. I learned a lot about urology.
How do you get a frequent flyer mile on that?
I have a Groupon. Let's
Groupon.
see, get it.
Like Mandarin Garden, you got a card on the 10th stamp, you get a next one free.
No,
I think he meant that they have a group on when they do it.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
He has a group
no,
on him.
That's a strap. Never mind.
All righty.
Why
then.
did you go?
Why did you go there?
Well, because you said Groupon. Y'all misunderstood. A Groupon is something that a bunch of people have. You see
No,
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
thinking more like a group on you.
You were no, unless you guys are up for it. I mean, once I close my eyes, all I feel is hands,
Oh my god.
and in Scotty's case, talons.
You don't feel a finger, it feels the whole hand.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Well, he was talking about or yesterday as see how I word substitute. I'm
Yeah,
getting better
I'm
at this.
glad. So
Eeyore.
okay, listen, this ain't the Winnie the Pooh
Got
show.
the
We don't
hand
need to know
movement.
anything about Eeyore.
Well, he was talking about donkey punching me. So
Yeah, the
So-
video was pretty
know,
hilarious.
which one?
yesterday,
At the end of the show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna probably do another one. Hey, tell us. Let's get some of this stupid nonsense over with. Tell us the football
Oh.
crap you were talking
Wanted
about.
me to leave.
No, I'm not talking about you, Mike. You were discussing Monday night, Tuesday
He
night
keeps
football.
staring at me. It's kind of freaking me
because
out.
his
Who?
hair is tripping me out.
Mike,
What? I've never seen his hair.
why
done.
is it that you can be great when nobody's here, and then another person show up and you just go to la la
I
land?
just had that effect on
Are you
people.
flirting with Jeff?
Last night on football.
Oh, you're.
No, it's talking about football. You know, Copernic. How do you say his name, Steph?
Kaepernick.
you.
Pumpernickel pickle eater.
There.
He's a pickle.
He is
He
personally
looks like a pickle eater.
responsible for destroying televised football. So last night, you know, the debates, the VP debates, you kind of, but you switched around. I was looking at football and all, and Stephanie and I got talking about football this morning. So that's what I was talking.
I
about.
know, and I'm
Denver
asking you to talk about
Broncos
it.
and
Atlanta Falcons.
and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers. That's it. So we're
And the
talking about, you
Falcons.
know, how the teams play and especially when they're visualized. And then it's, you know, football teams are a lot like the Democratic Party. You know, when they lose, they're just so
Find all these excuses.
Yeah.
as
And then,
to
I
why.
was tired. And
Yeah, I was half asleep and you know, and I didn't see the ball coming at me when it hit me in the head. and
Mike
the
said that
helmet,
when he was at the.
you
Yeah,
know,
for
and
me.
got down there in the end zone and threw an interception and
Sounds a lot like Mike's prostate checks.
interceptions.
Got down in the end zone. And
intersections.
but you know, old Matty Ryan, he put the boom down on Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
But-
So this sounds kind of weird because I don't remember that part of the game. Were you guys watching NFL? Because I boycotted NFL.
Yeah, well, we were watching Madden.
Madden football.
Yeah, Madden football.
So who was losing?
The Denver Broncos was losing.
Who was playing the Denver Broncos?
The Atlanta Falcons.
She is so elusive. It's like talking to a Democrat. Who was the individual on the controls for the losing team?
Travis.
Oh, T-Dog. Now it's gone out. So your wife beats you at Madden football. You play Xbox, correct?
Xbox One. Yes.
Xbox One, and you're a grown man, and a woman's beating you. Come on, man! You guys got to join in. This is a man card violation.
Well, now the next game when we play,
I don't play football, so for me, I'm just thinking
It doesn't matter.
if it was wait, if it was any other woman other than Stephanie, I would be able to say, "Damn, you got beat by a cheerleader," you know.
Ha ha.
Well, I mean, gosh, it doesn't matter what game it is unless you're playing Malibu Barbie.
Bet you he beats you at pocket pool too, don't he?
A woman should not beat anyone at video games, period, cut and dry. I don't care what you say. Hate me, boycott me, whatever. Women should not be playing video games. Should be in the damn kitchen or the laundry room.
Now
Wow.
he beats me on the racing games.
I've heard that.
I can't do except for like the Mario Kart and the
Those
beach buggy racing.
Those aren't
you
real
know.
racing games.
I know they're not real
That's
racing games.
Those are NASCAR Mario.
Exactly.
Oh,
But
God.
Yeah. He beats her in racing.
There used to
Closest thing to racing these two
be,
fellas do would be pushing buggies through Walmart and running.
Is he driving a Nova when he beats you?
No, it's usually a Mustang.
You
Oh my
so didn't get that.
Yeah. Right.
She had the thing for a minute too.
And still got it wrong.
He was not making the joke of actually playing a video game.
Whenever
at
you're
that point.
taking a multiple choice, always pick C. C.
Ah.
So here you are. Remember PlayStation 1, and it was nothing more than a CD player, really. And
Yep.
they used to have that NASCAR game. And all you did, I swear to God, was get in the car, the light turned green, and you went in a damn left-hand circle for hours.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the difference of that in real NASCAR?
Well, I used to.
You don't pay $100 for the ticket.
You know, the only thing that the actual NASCAR and that game have in common is the disc that just spins one direction and never makes a big difference.
Because
Yeah.
you got the
You
same,
can close your eyes and 2 hours later, it's still going the same direction. At least Road Atlanta, they have to actually drive it.
Do you guys have like the NFL, or NFL, listen to me, the NASCAR like ticket where it shows who's driving and how fast they're going and what position they're in and
No.
all the GP? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
stuff?
I've seen that.
Holy crap, man.
And that
How-
was pretty cool. We did have it once, but
It's cool for like maybe 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
then you're just like, holy crap.
the main reason why we used to do it because we could do it on our phones because when we had Sprint,
Uh-huh.
or
So
we
you're
could do it on the
watching
TV.
NASCAR on your phone?
No, you
Oh,
can listen.
While driving.
It's that entertaining.
Well, you can listen to the in car.
Followed by golf.
I know, but what do they really say on the in-car? I
I'm
mean-
taking a left.
You're not using your blinker. Morning. Hey, morning.
That guy in front of me needs tail locks.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Or even better, I think I'm fixing to pee.
to go left.
Hold on. Here it comes. Wait, let me make this left. Okay, hold on. I'm still in the left. Now hit it straight away.
I
the other left.
I gotta take my hand off the wheel and pinch it off. I'm coming into the next left.
I have just, and look, don't get me wrong. I know it's tough. I know it's hard work, blah, blah, blah.
What is?
Yeah, driving.
Oh yeah, because NASCAR's a friggin' sport. Give me a damn
it's
break.
really hot in the cars. We'll put a freaking air conditioner in
I
there.
think I'm boycotting all sports right now because somebody else had posted something about not only are they boycotting the NFL because all these idiots are starting to get on their knees, like it's a blowjob festival. You know, y'all do that in the locker
will go
room.
there.
You do that in the locker room. When you get out on the field, do your
You
job.
see how Mike smiled when you said that?
Yeah. But the problem is there he made the comment that not only are these people disgracing the national anthem and trying to take their moment to protest, they're making millions of dollars while doing it. He said the best thing to do, start hitting them in their wallets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Go
look,
play.
when-
Okay, I know the people at high school are attempting to play, and some have the idea that they're trying to get into college to play and trying to get into NFL to make the big money. I get that. But I would rather support local kids playing football and maybe some college football. I just am not supporting the NFL.
Someone that does it for the love of the game, not for the love of the dollar.
People that are getting paid millions of dollars to talk trash, you might as well be a professional wrestler.
or boxer. Isn't it? I mean, okay, so last night I posted because I was reading an article about
Purple-nickel.
Hold on. I just got the perfect analogy of NASCAR. Flushing a bag of Skittles down the toilet. It is. Look at all the color cars right
In
here.
a circle, yeah. Oh, we're doing that now. I gotta try that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. How do
After
you
the
start
show.
them? Do you start them on? Okay.
So you have to get you'd have to get the flush going first, right? And then slowly drop in one at a time, or drop them all in while the flush is happening.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you would have to drop them all in as if flush was happening.
I guess.
How
That
many?
way
That's
it's
about how
fair.
the
They all
start
have the
looks.
chance.
They all have a chance.
How many start a race? 20 something?
Well, so what we'd have to do is physically turn the water off to the toilet and empty the bowl and put a water hose in it so there'd be a constant run of water.
Man, that's a lot of work.
And then we'll video it.
That's a lot of work, brother.
And then throw a turd in there and call it the catering truck and see if it catches up with them. Like the roach coach.
Can we just go with
Funny thing is, Stephanie probably would sit there for 2 hours watching it.
Travis, the blue one is fixing to take the other one on the outside curve.
Oh.
Believe it or not, I'm not real big in NASCAR. Travis is, and his dad is, but I get bored with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless there's
duh.
Now being there,
NHRA,
even being there,
I get it. It's 10 seconds if it's a small car. It's 3 seconds if it's a real car, you know?
Now,
a
as
lot of money in it.
I would rather
Which
go-
one?
NASCAR.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of money.
Well,
I
because the rednecks are dumb and they'll spend the money.
How much is a ticket for a good
Oh my
seat
gosh.
at NASCAR?
The cheap seats is like $30.
Do you know the two things that I can figure out that's the most stupidest, and stupidest is a word at this point for rednecks? NASCAR and Kenny Chesney tickets. Like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. These people will overpay to see ignorance.
Georgia football tickets.
Oh my God.
Oh,
For the
here we go.
Tennessee game this weekend, we're running about $300 a seat.
Why?
Because
it
it's a
was
big
Tennessee,
rivalry.
it's a
But you
big
can
rivalry.
stay home and watch it better on television than you can see it in person.
And get
The
that
same
bitch in the
seats.
kitchen to bring you food.
Yeah, the same seats that we sat in 2 weeks ago when they played Nichols, $45.
Oh, wait till
And they
the,
up them like Carolina and all these
wait till the
rivalries.
tickets for the Georgia Florida game.
That is insane. Thousands of dollars.
Yes,
For one
thousands of
ticket.
dollars for one
No.
ticket.
If you just want to party, go do the tailgate, sit in the parking lot, watch it on TV. You're going to get a better view of anything.
And you
Now-
get to drink.
You and I are Tech fans, correct?
'Cause you can't
I just think Tech's smarter.
Okay, here's what we need to do: is we need to tailgate a Georgia Tech game right here. Yeah. Come on, man, that's great. I'll come over early in the morning. We'll drag the grill out.
So then we'll just take the bus, pull the awning out, throw a
Yeah.
TV out there, and let everybody come party in the front yard.
We'll
Let's
run
do
some
it.
Georgia Tech
Let's do it.
flags and
Do
every
they
time
televise?
somebody-
What day do they televise Georgia versus Tech?
It's
Oh.
right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a
Yep.
Saturday. I'm
Yeah, the
sure.
Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So that's what we'll do, and
yeah, that'll be fun.
I'll break the cones out.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll cone off the driveway.
Oh,
Put some
yeah.
caution tape up like we did
Oh,
4th
yeah.
of July on the square.
Yeah, invite all the Tech
Make it
fans
out like we're
over,
doing something.
and we won't do nothing.
And,
It'll be
and
like a bad.
we'll video the
episode
hell out of it, and people will believe we're somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll like go live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make it look like Mike's accidentally filming my house. Mike, quit filming the house, dude. We're supposed to be tailgating somewhere. We'll start checking ourselves into like varsity Atlanta, going, "Why aren't you here with us?"
Hold up stuff like real quick like this, go.
'Cause you know-
"Tickets, we got our tickets!"
Because you know people are gonna drive by and honk, so it's gonna sound like we're really places.
But instead of a ticket, have somebody write it down. Georgia
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Georgia Tech.
That'll be great,
Admit
man.
one.
Just hold something up colorful. That'll fool you, Georgia.
I just
guys.
think it'd be hilarious because
Ah.
people will be driving by honking. It'll sound like we are somewhere.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
my school.
What's that?
Georgia.
Memorial Middle.
Memorial Middle. Yeah.
No, Pine Ridge Elementary.
Go Warriors!
Raven says just come to his house. Can I inform you of something? He says just come to my house. We
No.
have a big party every year.
No.
The bus can't make it down your damn driveway.
And we're not really supposed to be celebrating anything.
And we're really just doing it to be stupid.
Yeah, we don't want to come to your house.
If we'd
unless
come to
we
your
really-
house, we would be
No,
stupid.
we go to his house. We got to have the party on.
Yeah, if we go to his house, it's got to be a real party.
Somebody gonna have to buy.
We're doing a
some-
pretend party.
Yeah, somebody gonna have to buy some stuff if we're going over there to his house.
Hey, let me, speaking of stuff and buying. So this morning, I got a question I just have to ask. They got a guy standing up in court with a big old afro like Comper Pickle Nickel. And They are charging him with selling fake drugs because it's sheetrock dust and baking powder and shredded cardboard and paisley. So one's supposed to be cocaine and one's supposed to be pot.
Yeah.
Here's my question. At what point has our world become stupid where they are pissed off that it wasn't real drugs?
That's
He killed somebody.
I don't give a shit. If you're dumb enough to buy some street drugs off of somebody, you're probably going to die anyways. Meth alone is made with rat poisoning. My point is, the way the news people were talking and the way it looked in court, like they're charging him for selling fake drugs.
is that against the law?
My question.
That's what he's saying. If it was real drugs, he wouldn't be arrested.
Well, that's my question. Is they're insinuating, I can't believe that those are not real drugs. Like they're insinuating like they're mad it's not real cocaine. Now they're still trying to get them because it's the intent to sell drugs. I understand what they're trying to charge them for. But when did we become the people that were pissed off because it's not real meth or it's not real cocaine or it's not real pot? Like what is this, Colorado? Sir, that is not the quantity, much less the quality of pot that we allow in this state.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. We've all done our share. Let's say some of us
Y'all
have done more than our share.
I've not done any.
Ever?
I've done your
I've
share.
never smoked pot.
Never.
Never.
As long as I've known him, he's never touched a drug.
Okay. Why?
I've always liked being wide open. I've always said that if I ever did crank, it would be total. I know as much as I like being fast, if I ever did crank, I'd be the Flash.
He'd be like Jimmy John Driver on speed.
Can you imagine my heart on friggin'
No, you're
crank?
You're sensitive. You'd be all, I love you, bud.
Shoot, my heart would explode.
So I've done your share, and if you were to do more than your share, I've done that share too. So I guess we're still balancing it out here.
Can you get to a point?
Yeah.
I was talking about how the news media made it out like it was a shame the drugs were fake.
Well, I mean, do you guys really think that we can't stop the drugs coming in?
Oh, come on, man.
No.
It's impossible.
Because they make them here too.
There's 4 people at this table. We got 4 different opinions on this.
Here's what we know. You stop cocaine from coming here or pot. You can stop it.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, you can stop it.
I agree.
At what cost, though?
Hold on, though. Every trailer park in the world will have a new meth lab because they're going to make drugs. They're going to have something. You stop cocaine and pot, somebody's going to be sniffing Scotch Guard or paint or glue.
Whippets.
People are still air conditions. You will start catching zombies behind air conditions, sucking your Freon out of your house.
I had a friend of mine that used to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can stop cocaine. It's not going to change. Every redneck meth head piece of crap is making it somewhere. And come on, Sudafed rat poisoning. They've already said that people are in stores buying it. That's why they now stop you from buying so much Sudafed.
You know, I know. I'm just. Here's the point, because we're about to have a major change in leadership.
Okay, get to your point.
Country.
I mean, I'm not interrupting you. No, I'm not interrupting you. What I was trying to say is, then get to what you're saying is.
We're about to have a major leadership change in this country. Between if it's Hillary, then things are going to change. Obviously, if it's Trump, things are going to change. I think if Trump gets in here, law enforcement is going to be empowered again.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say you're the chief of police, and if you're, Cripps, if you're listening, buddy, where do you suddenly put that emphasis? Do you say, okay, we are going to stop all the drugs?
But look at the stuff, because look at the synthetic marijuana that they came up with, and then now
does that get you high? By the way, I don't know. I'm being honest.
I've tried it.
I know, that's why I was asking you.
That explains a lot. Okay, wait for just a second while I throw this joke in. Goes to prove, like I said, that you can stop cocaine, and every trailer park in the world will start making meth.
They're gonna make something new.
Somebody's gonna find a way.
I've tried it, and Travis tried it. To me, honestly, it didn't do anything.
Okay.
I
what I've
had
heard.
some people that we tried it with that they said it was the best high they'd ever had in their life.
Yeah, man, sounds like a party at Steph's house.
No, we wasn't at home. We wasn't at home. Just so you know, like it matters because it was blue.
Brought to you at the local trailer park.
But as far as Travis went, when he
As
tried
you know
it,
what, if this is instead of as the world turns, as the wheels turn at the local trailer park.
It actually
Remanufactured Honda has no wheels.
It messed him up, and I mean he couldn't feel his arms. We had to.
This is the best I've ever had.
Good thing you didn't
No,
have to take
he
a
was.
dump.
He
You know
was
what this
not-
proves? It proves the theory of if you sit on your hand long enough, your hand goes numb, you can whack off and pretend it's somebody else.
No, I mean it actually scared.
Just use your left hand.
It actually scared him.
Yeah, but if his hands were numb, you know.
But you know, you have the synthetic pot, you have the bath salts that people.
But see, this goes to prove exactly my point. If you get
Yeah.
rid of the, I'm not saying good drugs,
We'll
y'all.
just say the
Don't,
major categories.
well, don't take me saying good drugs, but what I'm trying to say is, so quality pot that's coming from wherever the quality pot location is, you now have people with synthetic pot instead of having the pure cocaine from wherever it's coming from, Mr. Escobar, who's now dead. You now
No way.
shut up, Mike. So now you have, you
The
know,
bath salts.
meth made in you know, a trailer park somewhere or a van. Remember the mobile meth
Mobile,
lab that was
yeah.
busted?
Yep.
So I'm just
They'll find
using
a way.
I'm just using that as an example. All of a
Yeah.
sudden they're going to illegal Scotch guard because everybody's going to be walking around huffing.
Well, you know, like over in Russia and whatnot, you know, the paints, the certain paints that have like the silvers and the gold, they have that. I don't want to say ketone, but they got something in it that they really get high off of. Scotty, what's the chemical that's in spray paint, the metallic spray paints?
Oh, I don't know.
So I said ketone, but I
Metal
don't think
flakes?
that's it.
I don't know.
Or MEK or something like
But
that.
people will huff all that.
Yeah.
Man,
Well,
you can't stop a drug head. They will do whatever it takes to
Mhm.
do whatever it takes.
okay, so
I mean, look at the pharmaceuticals where people are crushing oxy and snorting it. You know,
Oh,
you're
God, yeah.
never,
Yeah.
you stop legalized cocaine. Do you know what you're going to do?
Well-
Excuse me, not legalized cocaine, but you stop cocaine from coming in. You stop pot from coming in. Do you know how many people the pharmaceutical companies are going to make just millions more
Well, also,
just for fun?
Well, good morning, all.
hey,
Good
what's
morning.
up, Hobbit?
How's the weather down there?
Be careful. out here.
So does my hair smell nice?
oh,
Lord help. All right, I got a comment on the legal illegal drug stuff.
I'm sure
Uh,
we're
me
sure you
and,
do.
I'm sure I do. Yeah. One of my nurses and I were having a discussion about this the other day. We were talking about medical cannabis, and it's pretty funny that Georgia screwed the law up. They have it's legal to use and for you to be prescribed it from a doctor, but is illegal for you to possess.
right.
Yeah, that's been going on
So,
forever.
yeah. But the funny part is you know, Colorado and other places in the U.S. are completely legal now to, you know, possess, grow, you know, whatever you gotta do.
Recreational.
Right,
just
right.
medical.
And it also,
Well, Colorado has that.
well, yeah.
But
think
I'm
about
going to say this though. Here's the thing that unless I used to watch Weed Wars, which was a really good show. When California had legalized it, the state has it legal. The federal government still
Government
says it's
doesn't, yeah.
illegal. So they couldn't even open a bank account for this money. If they would have taken any of their money and put
RICO Act, yeah.
it in the bank account, the federal government would seize all their money. So
Mhm.
that's the problem is even if a state tries to legalize something, the federal government still says it's illegal. I wasn't trying to interject you, but I just wanted to point that part out too.
Oh, I'd
I
interject
got
you in
you.
a second, you
Yeah,
sexy
well-
little man.
Yeah, I hear you. The going back to the point.
God!
Anyway, as we were talking about it further, though, she said, you know, she was telling me, think about it. You have to go out of state to get the stuff.
Right.
Yep.
So therefore, if you buy any of it, it's considered trafficking. If you
Yes,
bring it
you're
back.
transporting across state line.
I'm
Yep.
like, are you flipping kidding me? That's just anyway.
Yep.
I just thought that was an interesting
But,
point.
Jacob, Jacob just
Medical
pointed
stuff.
something out too. With you saying that, this makes sense. He says there's way too much money in drugs. He said the money from the government selling it and also from the arrest is never going to go anywhere, which is true. And then he discussed a mobile lab was busted not too far from where
Why
he's
is
at.
it that all the short people are commenting?
Driver passed out at a stoplight, and that's how they busted the mobile lab.
Yeah, remember the two heroin grandparents that got caught with the 4-year-old in the back?
Yeah.
That was horrid.
Mhm.
God.
Here's the problem is pharmaceutical companies, let's look at realistic here. At least if you're going to do pharmaceutical drugs, we know it was made in the lab under the Federal Drug Administration.
Should be.
If it's true pharmaceuticals, then it is.
Should be.
Well, what about
Okay, you can have your argument, Mr. GNC, where nothing's tested. My point is heroin, we don't know what idiot put this stuff together. Meth, we have no idea what idiot how stoned was he when he did it? Black tar, we have no idea who made the black tar besides the ones that put it on the asphalt. We have no idea who's making the meth, the crack rock, the cocaine. Just like when I walked out of Fusions one day and I watched a guy burning this joint. And what does the end of a cigarette look like? Orange, right?
Yeah.
The end of a joint, orange. This dude had a joint that was blue. The end of it was blue. And I looked at him, I said, you do realize, because I told him, I said, you need to put that out. He said, I'm just smoking a little pot. And I went, you're smoking more than pot. If that thing's burning blue, there's a chemical in it, which also goes back to you're buying stuff from a dude that's on the side of the road. For instance, the guy I just talked about on the news this morning who had shredded, grinded up cardboard and parsley, and he was selling it as pot, and he had sheetrock dust and baking powder and was selling it as cocaine. You don't know what you're buying. Why would you buy something?
It's not like you're going to go back to the police saying, hey, you sold me the wrong stuff.
I mean, at least with the pharmaceutical companies, you know that you're getting pills. And half the time now, you don't even have to buy drugs from a guy on the corner. You go to your doctor and say, I'm not feeling good. Pharmaceutical companies are kicking so much money to these cats.
Well, what about the art or the story that I did a couple of weeks back where it was talking about the new high that people were doing instead of cocaine was taking the Imodium AD? You remember that?
Say again, I was reading something Nikki just sent. It's actually kind of funny.
That they were taking, instead of doing cocaine, that people were taking Imodium AD, lots and lots of Imodium AD.
Well, people trip out on Robitussin all the time, and I'm not picking on Jeff. Little Wayne walks around, and they were making the comments about him being in the airports drinking Robitussin. And they're like, you can't be doing the whole Robitripping, dude, before you get on a plane, and they're calling it illegal.
Okay, so you can't. Oh, come on, man. People freaking medicate like hell before they get on a plane.
Yeah, but what they're saying is he walks around all day long in public drinking Robitussin because it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
you can't get him from open. You can't charge him with open container if he's got Robitussin mixed up with a little bit of Coke.
You can charge him with open child-proof cap.
And hell, he might. That a Robitussin and Coke would be what? Jaeger and Coke.
Yeah,
Coke.
It is.
Coca-Tussin.
All right, look, we got to shoot off the commercial, but I want to do this real quick. Nikki sent me this picture, and it says, she says, this is hilarious. She says, but I'm just having to. She said, because Kanye and Jay-Z have a song called, I'm not going to repeat the name, but let's just say it says the N-word, in Paris. And this picture says, it's like a phone call between Kanye and the police, and it says the police. Kanye Kim has been robbed. Kanye says, by who? And the police say, in Paris. Because it's making fun of the song. Okay, so there you go. Because I have to censor it, it's not nearly as funny, but it is actually funny.
You're right.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's shoot off the commercial. All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
All right, everybody, we'll be right back. Next song goes out to all them idiots in the NASCAR world. We'll be right back. I listen, I can't knock them. They're making millions driving in circles. I'm making nothing, and I just walk around in circles.
Gotcha.
Now, that was just a picture you sent. It didn't have an article attached.
Oh, no. We've already went over the article and all that other stuff. Those two are grandparents, and that's
Are
a
they
4-year-old kid.
They overdosed.
They overdosed at a red light.
At a red light. Because they're shooting shit that you don't know what you're shooting. You know half the people that actually go into cardiac arrest speedballs, which is heroin and cocaine mixed together.
Yep. It's cheaper. Cheaper to make.
Ugh.
I don't do coffee. I don't do coffee.
And a drill trip this morning.
There he goes.
And the
You
trip
got
in.
coffee. You got $1 minimum. I'm like,
There's gone.
Last night, had a lot of fluid, and she walked up the steps shaking her tail, and there's freaking crap all over my walls now.
That's
Slammed
gross,
her tail in the
dude.
door. You know what? That bitch is walking faster going in and out the door now.
You're terrible.
Right.
Oh shit,
Do
that's
your
funny.
job, biatch.
Okay, so Friday we got Rebecca coming in. She said she emailed the music. So can you take a look at that music, please? And
Well, first ask Jacob.
well, no, she's already coming in.
Ask Jacob if the music is in the file, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He keeps up with that.
Jacob, check
You
the
said
file.
she emailed the music. I said, ask Jacob.
You're gonna have to play it in here. So
I
know. Check with Jacob.
all the music that's been emailed to us. So I'm saying. Hey, the camera just went down.
No, this is for Total Entertainment Management.
Yay!
I don't even know who
everybody.
she is. She's a young girl that's up and coming. She doesn't really like play any instruments. Singing to Crashy email.
Oh, you're such a dude. Said she emailed me music. I said,
Check with
talk to
Jacob.
Jacob. Make sure that music has been emailed. Well, at least I know it still works. The concept. I think what I want to do is put a weight on the bottom of this and put a longer arm here so that it can still sit here back and then also go up. What I bought was the quick release where I can snap it off of this mic stand and slap it onto another mic stand really fast. That's what I'll do.
Can't be that expensive.
No, it's like $9. I saw it and thought about it, but didn't buy it.
I got the itchies.
But if I had that second camera,
The R2D2.
well, no, sort of, yeah.
If you want, like I said, I just got to remember to bring it. Backyard looks good, dude.
Yes, sir. It's in the Outlook
I
file.
want to talk about his
Thank you,
shirt.
Jacob.
I want to talk about his shirt when we come back. Because there's certain people that don't like the flag being used as fashion or anything else like that.
And
Like,
you're one of them. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to surprise you.
I'm just messing with you. Well, I mean, I know you already made the
Oh,
comment.
you sound nasally.
I'm sick.
Dang, man.
I'm not robo tripping. I'm
He's
Benadryl tripping.
Benadrylling and
Benadryl.
Been a trip.
Benadryl.
Yeah, man. I had to take a Benadryl last
It's
night.
been a trip.
Having one in the mornings.
Just one Benadryl?
Yeah, that's all
Oh,
it
man, I
takes.
take about 9 of them.
Shoot, I take one. It makes me.
Hey,
And we're back for
you
more.
stay away from this. This is my paper towel.
So, Mike is all infatuated with what Jeff has on this morning.
No, I'm not infatuated. I just wanted
Did
to
you
get
touch it
everybody's.
and rub it? And
No, it does
play
look,
with it?
It does look underarmish or underarmish.
Hey, Stephanie,
Silky.
Underarm.
Don't turn that way.
Underarm. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was kind of silky.
Why?
How does everybody
I don't
feel
want you
about?
to beaver shot the camera.
Oh,
God.
whatever.
Oh man, can I go home?
Look at her skin,
No,
dude. She looks
no.
like she ain't wearing no drawers.
I am.
I
They're right
refuse.
there.
I don't.
They're
oh my
fine.
God,
What's that smell?
Oh,
feel
whatever.
You crossed the line there, sir.
I don't feel good.
All right, Mike. Talk about Jeff.
Oh, how does everybody feel about the flag being used as what would you say, fashion, clothes,
Y'all
bathing
keep going. I'm gonna
suits?
fix the camera.
My personal opinion on this, since I brought it up, neener, I get to say, is that most of the veterans, I'm just saying across the board, most veterans will find that we don't do that. You see what I'm saying? Is we don't
Yes.
wear it as clothes. Or there was a girl that wore it as a
Bathing
strip outfit,
Oh.
a bathing suit, basically. In the club I worked in, and I made her stop doing it. And they were all, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "No, you don't do that."
I was feeling very American today. That's why I put it on.
Yeah, I know.
Usually I only wear-
I don't hate people for doing it. I'm just saying.
I usually do it for the Memorial Day ride.
Do you? Okay, see,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So
Steph, how you feel about it?
If it's worn as a shirt, I really don't see a problem with it. But pants and shoes, those do kind of bother me because I mean, it's like you're either sitting on the flag
Mhm.
or
Good
you're
point.
walking on
Walking
the
on it. Yeah.
flag.
Good
Mhm.
point. Good point.
And I do realize that there is a sole of the shoe, but it's still
Hey,
it's
my
on your
grandfather's
feet.
flag shoes. He never walked on. I'm just saying. They were on the top. They were Vans, and they were on the
Okay,
top.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think actually a pair of shoes with a little flag on the side may not look too bad.
I'm
how about
talking about the ones that the
yeah?
whole thing looks like the flag,
Yeah.
except for the soles of it.
How about tattoos?
Because I'm happy the fact that the person's wearing the flag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What about patriotic
support my
tattoos?
mission.
tattoos. I guess
Do you
it
have
kind
an
of
issue with it?
depends on where it's at.
Well, see, the thing about a flag
Hold on a second.
tattoo is I've never really
Depends
seen it
on-
as a flag.
Depends on where what's at. The tattoo of the
yeah,
flag.
where the tattoo.
Why
is.
would that matter?
Because if you have it on your butt, that I don't think that would be considered patriotic because you're sitting on the flag. No matter what you're doing, you're sitting on the flag.
What if you're standing?
There you go.
What if you've been over? I mean,
This is the way this group works. So I figured I'd get in there before Robitussin and over.
I mean, if you're
You
bent
can get in
over,
there.
if you're
How
bent
long?
over, you would have the flag and then the pole. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
or if you get excited, it could go from half mast.
Then
to full.
then it matters if you're running it up the pole or down the pole.
And
Just
then-
saying.
Who knows? In number three's position, it would be the missing man formation.
I don't know. I personally have to look at it as I don't agree with the taking the flag and putting it on the ground. But at the same time, people wearing the flag, I think it's kind of cool because at least they're representing the flag,
So then
even if it's not your
I got up. I
representation.
just felt American.
Well,
today.
representing
even
a positive way,
right,
right,
even if it's not your version of what should be represented, at least it's not disrespecting it.
So then how do you feel about like towels? People using beach towels that are like the American
I've got
flag.
one.
Now, here's the
I
thing
thought you meant on the head.
Now, look, there's a lot of things you got to take into consideration. One, this is just red, white, and blue shirt with stripes, and
Right.
it's
It's
not
not a
the
traditional
American
flag,
flag. Traditional American flag is a blue background with 50 white stars representing the states within our United States, and then the stripes. There's 7 red, which are on the ends, and they alternate white. There's 6 white. You see what I'm saying? Total of 13 stripes.
colonies.
For
And,
13
and wrapping your body in a flag, people go, I don't think that's right. Well, I think it's kind of like the shroud of Jesus. It's the robe of Jesus. I think wrapping myself in the flag is, to me, would be one of the most patriotic things in the world for me, because you know why? For me, I would look at it as I'm surrounding myself with America. That everybody has their interpretation.
What
The
if,
law and the Bible is open for interpretation.
What if it's a naked woman and she's wrapped herself in a flag? Because that happens.
Depends on what she's doing with it, I suppose.
That'd be the one time you could say America.
I mean, if she's just standing there as a model and it's not a disgusting sort of way, then I don't guess there's a problem with it.
Okay. So
now,
saw it on the video.
Now filming a porn with the flag, maybe not such a great thing.
No.
Okay, so the other day there was a group of people and they were burning a flag, and a former Marine came up and busted it up and grabbed the flag and took off with it. They chased him and basically they caught him and beat him up. So, burning the flag, I think we all agree nobody likes that other than these knuckleheads that are doing it. 2, it's their property, so can you really steal it? Okay. Then 3, because somebody stole your property, do you have the right to beat them up? So, I mean, these issues, it sounds really weird, but with this Knerker, dude, it's starting to become a reality. And guess what, guys? Veterans Day is right around the corner, and veterans are guys that take this shit really,
you know what I wish?
really
I wish that whatever the next major big football game, whatever it is, boycott it. Super Bowl, boycott it. Like, just everybody say F you and stay home. How about this? Let's talk about something local. Because you're asking opinions. So now, if Henry County is saying that a teacher can't wear a cross, then are we going to tell the schmuck with the schmack on his head that he can't come into church? Into school with it? Are we going to tell the guy who's walking around with a snot rag on his head that he's not allowed to wear it now? Because if Susie O. Bellstrong over here can't wear the cross around her neck, then he can't wear the napkin around his.
Is this a religious symbol?
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying to you guys,
it doesn't matter if I called it one or not, but if they told you couldn't have it and you say it's my religion, then we're supposed to say, oh, well, we have to let him have it because it's his religion. Well, Susie says wearing that cross is my religion. How do you ban her from doing it? If you're going to let the dude with the snot rag or the bounty quicker picker whopper come on with his crap on his head, then you have to make it okay for her to have what she wants in hers.
Oh, let me tell you something.
I'm sick of everybody screaming their religious rights, but yet you're telling somebody else they can't have theirs.
I will run back to the only document that I know of that represents all of this, and that's my freaking Constitution.
Right, but okay, so we got half the people saying that we have to allow them to build the mosque in Covington. The other half saying no, but then you got the people in the middle saying it's their right to build a mosque. Okay, so if the guy with the snot rag can scream that his little bounty picker quicker upper on his head is legal for him to wear in school because it's his religion, but yet you can't wear that baseball hat in church, in school, because it's not religious. Well, if he can wear the snot rag, the woman with the cross on can wear her cross. That's why this was sent to me, because people remembers me battling the school system over them saying that God's not allowed in school, but yet Satan is. Well, if God's not allowed, nor is Satan. I use their own rule against him. So now that's why people have asked me to talk about the Henry County thing. If you're trying to say that you can't have a cross or any kind of Bible verse, then the other people that are coming in there with the rag on their head has to be stopped. If Susie can't have it, Hakalatalugi can't have it either.
They're Indians.
I know.
I'm just saying, if you're going to try to use the law, you have to go by it 100%. If you're going to not go by the law and you're going to go by your own personal feeling, well, then you suck. You can't do that. We can do that, but you're not supposed to. We're not in the system, and you are the system.
Neener.
So that's what I'm getting at. If this goober that wants to get on his knee at the football game is causing all this controversy, well, everybody boycott the games. Don't have nothing to do with them anymore. Quit buying all their merchandise. Hit them in their wallet. That's what they're going to see.
Well, and obviously that is occurring with the stats from Monday Night Football being down 50+%.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Let me
because
tell
now
you,
the advertisers are going, wait a minute now, we got to pay you $3 million for a 30-second ad on Monday Night Football.
and how many people's watching?
And half the amount of people are watching.
That's right.
Now we'll advertise with Just for Fun Radio.
So here's another thing you got to look at. White people are lazy. So you got these people that are in Black Lives Matter that will just stop what they're doing and go stand in the street. Of course, they're throwing trash cans and being ignorant and violent. But you get all these white people that say, well, I'm just not going to watch football. But your dumbass is still going down there and buying tickets and tailgating and partying. You sit, right. You sit in all these closed rooms. You sit on your Facebook typing all this hateful stuff about what you don't believe in. But your dumbass is still down there drinking beer.
Still cutting on the TV channel watching it.
Right. If you're going to boycott something, sack up and do what you say you're going to do.
Scottie says,
like the only NFL team that Travis will watch is the Falcons right now, because the Falcons.
Okay, stop. Are you boycotting the NFL?
I'm not watching it, but he's not.
Just stop and listen. Are you boycotting the NFL?
Yes and no.
There's no yes and no.
That is
my problem. That is my problem right there.
I'm boycotting the NFL.
I want you to pay attention to what you're saying. Yes and no. We're boycotting them, but we're watching the Falcons, God darn it.
But you didn't listen.
No, I don't have to, because you're falling into the exact point I'm making.
She's boycotting.
You're falling exactly into the point I'm making. Everybody will sit in a room just like this and talk that smack about what they're not going to do, and then they don't do it. It's no different than everybody getting on my page when I'm bitching about the speeders, and then they bitch about the speeders, but I seem to be the only one doing anything. I seem to be the only one going and bitching at the commissioners. I seem to be the only one going and bitching and bitching and bitching. Where's all the people that are on Facebook that are saying the same thing? Oh, they just had something else to do today. Or, yeah, but you're not a Rockdale resident. I'm talking about that situation. Everybody talks about this stuff they believe in or they agree with, but they don't back it up. They sit on Facebook and act like there's some big, you wanna make my day? I'll type something nasty, but I won't do anything because I'm a chicken shit.
Putting a flag on my house, and you said that if it offended people, I shouldn't do it, if it was going to jeopardize my health or my family's health. So I was standing up. Now you're telling me not to.
That was a big. No, he's not. You're not saying that, right? No.
That is so.
You're trying
that's the problem. He's trying to stir shit.
Well, the only reason why Travis watches the Falcons is the Falcons have yet to boycott or do any kind of protest. The only
but they're
thing
still
that
part of it.
I know.
Okay, if I piss off, no, hold please, no, because you're going to take away from the. Let's stick to points. The problem is if Mike pisses off somebody and somebody says, because you have said this thousands of times, people don't listen to Just Fun Radio because they didn't like something Mike said.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me they just don't listen because of Mike. If you're going to protest NFL, you can't say I'm protesting NFL, but I'm going to watch the Falcons, because guess what? The Falcons is the NFL.
Yeah.
That's the trigger issue, is you can't say I'm going to do this, but then you just don't do it. Humans are really horrible about having an excuse for why they do the things they do.
He never said that he was going to boycott the NFL. He said he was going to boycott anything that had to do with the 49ers, where it all started.
Yeah, but it's not the 49ers anymore. It's everybody.
It's not.
Oh, the Falcons are.
The Falcons, the only protest that the Falcons did do was they got with their other the team that they were playing. They went out in the middle of the field. They joined arms in a circle as the national anthem and everything was being played. They showed a unity protest, if that's even what you want to call it, as a protest. And nobody's talking about that, though. Nobody's even saying a word about that. And now y'all aren't even saying anything.
Because again, human beings will create a reason and an excuse for everything they do.
But he never said.
So instead of the Falcons doing what traditionally you do, which is rise, some people put their hands over their heart. What they did was compromise. We're still going to kiss the NFL's ace. We're still going to pretend to be doing something great for the national anthem, but we're still not going to do what we've always done. So what the Falcons did was still disrespectful. All they did was protest in a different way. They're still protesting. That would be like that'd be like me saying, Stephanie, could you take the trash out? And you take it out of the studio, but set it outside the door. And then I go, Stephanie, why didn't you take trash out? Well, I did. I took it outside the door. You didn't take the trash to the front. Well, you didn't say take it to the front.
Exactly.
It didn't matter what I said. If take the trash out means take trash out. You know where the trash goes. So the Falcons just didn't do it the same way, but they're still doing the same thing.
But you know,
they have caused a scene that took away from the national anthem and put everybody's eyes on them to do their protest.
But you gotta be specific with stuff. You just say take it out, not to the front. You just said take it out.
But you hear, and don't get defensive. It's reality. This is all reality. All they did was protest in a different manner. They're still protesting. It's just different. So how does that make it better?
Oh, excuse me. They did it after the national anthem and not during the national anthem.
Now, see, that changes the whole equation. See, it all goes back to the information. All of a sudden, we're talking about WSB again. But you see my point. Every human being says, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do this, but then they justify why they don't do something with a bullshit excuse or a BS reason. Does that you follow what I'm saying? Don't take it in defense like I'm accusing you as a person. This is people in general. You have all these people that say, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of this on Facebook, but they don't do anything. It's easy to type words. My Uncle Ricky used to shoot heroin and steal from my grandmother all the time. You know what he said? You can make your mouth say anything. Every time my grandmother would give him hell about, have you seen my drill? No, and he pawned it. Did you see my drill? No, Mom, I can't believe somebody went in your garage and took your drill. You can pretend. Actors do it for a living. You can make your mouth say anything. I can look at you and say, yes, you look pretty in that dress. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Come on, people. Think about it. I only ask people to stand up and do what you're supposed to do. You can't complain about one thing and not want to stand when somebody else, when it comes to something they need done. I mean, the county as a whole, it's going to take everybody to stand up to make a difference. And the problem is now you got this NFL where everybody's complaining about it, but yet they're still spending money and they're still going there and they're still doing this and they're still doing that because you know why? They want to be entertained. Well, go watch the high school kids play football if you really want to be entertained. Support these kids that are actually trying to get an education and play football.
Some of the high school kids, the coaches are allowing them to lay down on the field during the national anthem.
I believe every one of them should be thrown off the field.
Exactly.
So yep. I just got one person saying, well, white people are not lazy. They have jobs and just can't go stand in the road in traffic. I'm not saying that that's the problem. My problem is, do you know how many people that are white that don't go vote because they believe it doesn't matter? They believe that they are not going to change anything. But you got every person of minority believing you have to vote D. I mean, they all think Democrat. They all think that's what they have to vote for because the Democrat is the only person that will do anything for the poor. That's what they believe. It's been pumped in their head forever and ever and ever. And then if you start going back and looking at all the stuff the Democrats have done since Abraham Lincoln, the Democrats have voted for every horrible thing that's ever happened to the Democratic Party, meaning the people that keep voting Democrat. If you go look at everything that's ever been done to them, it was a Democrat that did it. I'm just pointing out, you can't say, I disagree with the NFL and I don't support what they're doing, but yet you still keep giving them money. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, that's all my point is. But you can't sit there and say, I boycott the NFL, but the Falcons, man, I'm going to support them. They're still the NFL. That's why I brought up the situation that you can relate to. You've said people don't listen because of Mike. Well, one person has caused somebody not to listen. That's what you've told me. Well, that's the same thing. If this one person has caused people so much grief, and you say I'm boycotting the NFL, then do that. But again, it falls back on it's easier said than done. It's easier to say, I'm not going to eat any more Oreos until the damn things end up on the kitchen counter.
Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with people not liking me.
Me too. I'm okay with it too.
You're okay with people not liking me?
I'm okay with people just not liking me, period.
Everybody
you know what?
loves me, so I'm not worried about it.
What I find funny is the people that delete me off of Facebook, the reason they don't like hearing it is because it's the reality, it's the truth, and they don't like being slapped in the face with the truth. 90% of the people that run from the truth are just that. They're running from the truth. They don't want to accept it. You know.
Oh, I agree.
And just like I called out every one of the punk bitches that work for the county the other day, y'all wouldn't accept this if it was happening on your street. If your kid could not walk out of the front door and have to worry about getting hit, you would not allow that. You know, every one of these people can sit up in front of everybody and say public safety matters to them. Well, I suggest you and your kids come play in my driveway, and let's see how many times you let your kid play in the front yard. Because it's not going to happen. Every time that door opens and we let that baby touch the ground, I have to run to keep her, to make sure she does not go towards that front yard or go towards that street.
I agree.
Every one of you that work from our county are pussies. Every one of you. You're collecting money off of all of us, and you're not doing anything to protect the citizen. You know, and you know what's so funny is me and the sheriff's talk. The sheriff's like, dude, I'm spread thin. I'm already doing what I can do. Now it falls on why is there not more street signs? Why is there not maybe a blinking sign? Why is there not any signs between the two schools telling people that the schools are still in? Why is the signs that are up incorrect? Because the school times on the signs are not correct.
Right.
Speed bump.
Yes,
they don't even want to talk about speed bumps, but yet there's other neighborhoods that have the circles in the middle of the road to keep you from speeding.
Mm-hmm.
There's other neighborhoods that have speed bumps. And why? I mean, you know, it's all money, man, but all based on money
or positions.
But yet you want to stand there and get elected to a position and say you're going to do whatever to protect the neighborhoods, but yet you're not.
Go out and build your own speed bump.
Then
then I go to jail.
Then he goes to jail for what you call it, the road.
Do you know how many people have sent messages or told me face to face, oh man, I just do this, or I'll do this, or one day I'll call you if you're not supposed to turn left out of your driveway. And I'm like, you do know anything that gets done, I'm going to be blamed for.
Yeah. You know, and we have speeders and we actually are in a neighborhood road, and we have speeders in our neighborhood, and Travis brought home some speed bumps and he was going to put them out there, but
he
can't.
The county should make an agreement with the police to if I catch you speeding in a residential area, you get charged as a super speeder, which is a $250 fine. I bet you'll stop these people from speeding.
Yeah.
You start busting people with a $250 fine, how quick are they going to do it?
Just like Pine Lake. You did not speed through Pine Lake.
You don't fart or rot your feet down there. You don't fart around in Pine Lake.
No, you knew it.
You don't fart around in Porterdale. You know better. Peachtree City, you don't mess around in Peachtree City. Avondale Estates, you don't mess around in Avondale Estates.
Apparently, you don't ride a motorcycle into Cobb County.
Why is that?
Because you'll get pulled over.
I didn't get pulled over into Cobb County.
Was he in Rockdale County?
It wasn't in Rockdale County.
I don't know what county you were in.
I know
what I'm
you're
doing.
trying to be smart.
I'm trying to change the subject because you're pissed off, and I got people contacting me saying they're going to not listen because you're mad.
Yeah, I've heard that one before too. That Scottie gets on his negative rants and they turn the station.
Yeah,
right,
and
well,
what happens?
Good luck.
Then Scottie blames Mike.
No, I don't blame you anymore.
Mikey get all political. I haven't said a word in 20 minutes. And then somehow or another, this shit will be my fault.
You just cussed.
You got pulled over yesterday.
I'll tell you what's funny. So I'm going down Old Salem.
That is Rockdale.
Not all of it's Rockdale, dumbass.
I'm supposed to show this to you
So-
real quick.
Oh, he just cussed.
That's a main
I own it.
road and it has a speed bump.
I'm going down Old Salem to turn onto Salem. So it goes from Rockdale to Newton as you're sitting there before the red light, reject. So as I turn right, apparently several friggin' cars down Salem Road where it was still Rockdale in front of the skating ring, karate place as it turns into Newton in front of Brewster's. An individual sees me. So I take a right. I go to Kirkland. I take a left. I'm shooting down Kirkland, which is now Newton County. So I'm already like 2 miles down the road, and I'm coming down this big hill, and I see this SUV come up with all these blue lights flashing. And I first thought it was a Tahoe, so I thought it was one of the cats I knew. And I look in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, so this dude's got to be going around me, so I'm slowing down, pulling over. Well, they're slowing down, and I'm like, okay, which jackass is this that I know that's just trying to mess with me? And then I noticed it wasn't a Tahoe, it was a Ford. So then I started thinking, well, it's not Rockdale or Newton or Porterdale. I mean, like, am I, in a split couple of seconds, I'm making a decision of who it's not. But I'm thinking, okay, somebody's just messing with me at this point. And then as it starts pulling up, I noticed white doors. And as soon as I saw the white doors, I'm like, he is such a dick.
Can you say that? Can you, isn't that a cuss word?
I can say whatever I want.
Oh, here we go.
Did he strip search you though?
No, but he did keep asking me if I was a drug mule, and I kept trying to tell him to keep his hands off my buttocks.
All righty.
He kept saying, I know you're packing. I'm like, you keep reaching back there, you're trying to pack, and we ain't having any of that.
Do you know that there's actually a
Thank God it was all on video.
Yeah, his body cam.
His body cam.
There's actually a thing called traffic calming.
Traffic calming,
Like calm down, calming. Okay. And it is a program in which citizens such as DJ Michael, Scottie, Peter, Spence,
Upper Nickel Pickle Eater.
yeah, Neeler. It basically gives you ideas on how to slow down those crazy speeders.
Well, there's so many people saying, man, you need to get a couple of them plastic kids. I'm like, that's going to do nothing. People are like, look, man, I go out there on Tuesday morning at 5:45 to 6 o'clock and roll my trash can out next to the mailbox. I almost get hit rolling the trash can out.
And I swerve as hard as I can.
Of course, I'm in my driveway, but as I'm pushing it up on the curb, these people are so close to the curb. I am surprised that their mirrors are not hitting mailboxes at 65 miles an hour. I'm very surprised.
Oh, and I can't tell you how many times as I'm pulling in the driveway, people are trying to pass me as I'm slowing down with my blinker on to turn into your driveway. They're trying to cross the double yellow line to pass me.
Right.
I purposely wait till the last minute before I put my blinker on. Just to
here's
it depends on if they're tailgating.
As I'm calling all the people that work for the county wussies, here's the bad thing. Individually, I can talk to these people and they'll all go, yeah, man, it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. And every one of them says the same thing. Oh, yeah, it needs to be fixed. Well, why can't every one of y'all that talk bad about the same county you work for, why can't y'all get together and make a conscious decision that we're going to change it? Like individually, y'all all want to stand there and talk smack about how bad it is and how it needs to be changed, but yet none of y'all are doing it. Now, how does that make sense? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's like you said when you had the news station out here. They came out when school was out, middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody rushing to get to work, coming home from work. Just a casual day.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's what the
and the sign that the sheriff's department put out. They put out at 9:30 after morning traffic. They picked it up at 4:30 before afternoon traffic. So are those numbers real numbers? Of course not. Those are fraudulent numbers. Fraud. Committing fraud. Those numbers are not real numbers, and that's what got turned into Fox.
Well, it's kind of weird too.
That sign should have been left there for 3 consecutive days at 24-hour days. Then you would have got true numbers, not just what you want Fox to know. And if I'm pissing anybody off at the sheriff's department, I'm sorry. It should have been done correctly. We, the citizens, have a right to know the real numbers. Okay, so let's go to commercial then.
Okay.
Everybody, we'll be right back.
Stop that yawning. No, but I went in and
Yeah, it said that what's her name was a gorilla or something. No, I don't think so. That'd be cool too, because I'll post her right now if y'all want me to. I'll post that on Facebook. Is there a specific picture?
Yes, of what she said, because
or a picture that she was commenting about? If there's a
there's
specific...
a picture of the first lady. How is she going to function in the real world?
That's what she posted?
Yeah, but they'll have Secret Service, all that for the rest of their lives.
No, but that wasn't that bad.
I guess because she called her a gorilla.
My problem is how is it legal for a school system to try to fire you over your personal page?
I know. Well,
I mean, at work, I can see you saying I can't have a personal opinion. I don't get the whole that, you know, unbecoming of a teacher, or I mean, what is their legal term for why they fired her?
Like about your ethics, or?
Yeah, code of ethics, I guess is what it's like. You're not supposed to post a picture.
All right, everybody. And we were talking about a teacher. They're trying to fire the teacher, or have fired the teacher over what she posted over her Facebook. Sure, she's going to have a good lawyer on this.
Do you want me to read what?
No, do not read what she writes. Everybody else can go look. I mean, it's that simple. You can go find it. But the problem is, I understand at school she can't have an opinion. But here's what makes no sense. Years ago, 2010, I know a teacher that was, you know, coming to bike night. But she was saying, you can't get a picture of me drinking a beer because I'll lose my job.
Or a beer, alcohol in front of her.
What the hell do you think I just said?
Well, I mean, there's a difference with it being in her hand. I mean, we couldn't have, even when I was a teacher, we couldn't have any.
You were a
alcohol.
parapro. There's a little bit of a difference. You're not like belonging to the teachers union at that point. The question is if you have it in your possession, just because there's a picture of you holding a beer, how do you lose your job? And if I'm in a picture and Mike's got a beer, how do I lose my job?
Especially, I mean, drinking beer is legal, right?
Yeah.
And you holding a beer is not me holding a beer.
It's an
image. And that was her whole point is I can't be in any picture of me holding a beer.
It's an image thing. It's a perception that people would have of her.
And something else you just said. Sorry. No, if you're going to be on the show, you're going to be interrupted, sir. Listen.
And then
you said that teacher's not allowed to have an opinion. You said that.
When
just a minute ago, you said that when she's at work, she's not allowed to have an opinion.
When she's at work on the clock,
she's not allowed to have an opinion?
Okay. I can see them saying you can't have your religious beliefs or your religious opinion, and you can't be at work and have your political opinion. But when you're at home, it's just like a lot of these companies now. My mother's company, they had a memo sent out. It says no politics can be or shall be talked about at work because it's starting fights.
Yeah.
You can't take away my Constitution.
But while you're at work, I can see that. I can understand that. Because hell, you can't even talk about politics anymore without pissing people off.
So you ever seen that movie?
So the point is, how can you tell her she can't have an opinion outside of her work?
How can you tell her she can't have an opinion at work?
Because while you're being paid at work, you're supposed to be working, not pushing your political agenda.
You're working and you have an opinion.
I can do whatever I want.
And you're getting paid.
And I will continue to do whatever I want.
Do whatever I want. Oh, man.
Think about it. I understand our rights. I do get the fact that we can have an opinion. But while we're at work, we cannot force our opinion on others. Outside of work, yes, I can see you having an opinion. But she's not like an elected official. She's not a senator. She's not a commissioner. I can't see how she can get fired for that just for fun.
I work for the most interesting company in the world.
Listen,
Anyway,
you work for a place that makes latex toys, sir. I don't
You work
understand.
for Toys R Us?
Yeah, toys for you.
Toys for twats.
Okay, let's hear it.
When you need power to run your radio station, you will thank my company. Because that's all we do is build into power plants.
Hot air.
No, really funny part. You mentioned about the working and politics and things of that sort. We had a very big meeting while I was still at Vogelback. It's been a month or two ago. And it was pretty funny because, everybody was griping and complaining about Obama taking and changing the status and rules of per diem checks, where they actually have to start taxing per diem money now. All right. If you're at a job site more than a year. Okay. Well, with that being said, our owner, a guy named Mr. John Boone, he actually made a conference call with our whole crew at Plant Vogel about the per diem situation. Well, he said about 40 times in that, he says, I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm going, wow, dude, you really want to tell everybody who you're voting for. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell a whole bunch of people who I am or ain't voting for. It's my business, and I'm going to deal with it as I deal.
Right,
But,
and that's kind of where I'm learning. I'm learning to keep that to myself.
yeah, you end up causing friction that doesn't need to be there. So I just keep to myself on it. But because I know who I'm voting for. What does everybody else need to know for?
Right.
When did it
But-
become that? When did we start telling people who we were voting for?
Used to it was always a secret.
Right. And
Yeah.
just like how much you get paid. You were never allowed to discuss that.
But
Yeah.
but here's my thing too, and I know I'm taking away from what he's saying, but how is it that they believe, meaning the system, believe that I can't come in wearing a Donald Trump shirt as I'm going to vote or a Hillary shirt when I'm going to vote? Who are you to tell me what I can wear?
Actually, that's been that way for a very long time.
I know that,
Because
but my question is, what makes you have the authority to tell me what I can and cannot wear? It's not inappropriate. It's not saying F you. It's not showing
influencing,
nudity.
It's influencing
How
other
is
people.
it
Though, it
influencing?
is advertising,
There you go.
and what they're trying to do is a non-biased situation at the poll.
Well,
Which
if
I
that's
don't
the wait,
understand
so
more.
if that's the case, then when I walked over to Salem High and tried to vote for a Republican, I shouldn't have had all the Democrats starting a fight with me. I shouldn't have been escorted outside, and Fox 5 shouldn't have been standing there asking me why they just did it, because that was extremely biased. If you're gonna have people working the ballot boxes like that and the area where people are going to vote, then they shouldn't be allowed to gang up like a posse
Right.
and sway
Yeah,
any
it's like,
votes and tell me I can't vote.
2012, when Obama was, elected again, there were
Yep.
Black Panther groups at the polls in, was it New York? I think it was.
Yes, that's
that
what
would
I was going to bring up.
literally ask you before you went in and said, "Who are you voting for?"
And what
And
business
they
is it
would,
of
if you
theirs?
told them the wrong thing, they wouldn't let you in.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened at this school.
That's kind of cool
Yeah,
if you think
That's
about
crazy.
it. What was that movie, guys? Gattaca,
Yeah.
where the guy is like a flight planner
Yeah.
and they check his DNA. And
Every day. Yeah.
remember that? I mean,
Mhm.
same color suit,
Yep.
same color car.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna go to, man. It'll happen after I die, so I'm cool with it. But until then, man, I'm the monkey in the wrench. I'm the fly in the
But then
ointment,
you
baby.
got your kids that got to live with it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but the
go to
problem
vote.
is these millenniums are already thinking screwed up anyways.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Like my daughter all of a sudden, who has been around me her entire life, has been around guns her entire life, knows my views on guns, has understood it since the day she started moving, that there's always been guns in the house. She knows everything there is to know about a gun. She knows everything about how I feel about guns. And now she has a problem with me having a gun because it's the millennium thing now.
Mhm.
That's their
Absolutely.
brain. That's their mindset.
It's what they're cattled into.
It's the brainwashing.
the little baby going.
There goes my
out.
kid.
Where's your mama and the baby?
See how they having to walk towards the street? That's
Yeah.
what pisses me off.
Now look at that too. Look at the way Crystal's
All
doing
it takes is one of these
The-
idiots traveling down my road at 65 miles an hour. A dog runs out. They swerve to keep from hitting the dog. They run up in my yard. They kill my entire family.
Did you see the car that just went
Yeah,
by?
the car that just went by was over 50.
Yeah, do you know
and
what
a
kind of car it was?
35. No,
Run it back.
I can't run it back.
Yeah,
from
I
down
seen
here.
that too. I saw that too.
That was a sheriff's car.
It's live.
So anyhow, that's the problems that I'm faced with every day. And when is a cocksucker in this world going to stand up and do the right thing?
That was a sheriff.
And I shouldn't have said that word, but it is what it is. I'm
Judge,
tired.
fly.
I am tired of everybody
But you
milking the government for their money, and they're not doing their jobs.
Amen.
Makes me a radical, then so be it.
Amen, brother.
So,
Okay, how you-
sorry for the one or two
No, no, no,
listeners I may have lose for that one.
Yesterday, a topic came up.
But you
in
know
the
what? If
afternoon.
you had a kid hit in your neighborhood, you'd be calling me to get all these people at this table to
Yeah.
come over to your house.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A topic came up yesterday about write-in votes, and
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
people to misunderstand the whole write-in vote thing, because somebody, and I don't remember who made the comment, but if you write in a vote, that vote is pretty much just, I mean, you just wasted your vote.
I did joking around. It was,
Was
in
that
the
you?
chat.
Okay.
It was in the chat. I said I had asked if people were going to watch the vice presidential debates,
Right.
and then I said when I go and vote, I'm going to write in Ted Nugent. And
Okay,
then-
that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. And
and
I
then-
think you was
No,
it
he
you,
wasn't even
Scotty?
in it.
I don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
I'm
that-
writing in
that-
Jim
hey,
Carrey.
look, that chat line y'all got, I don't even pay attention to that.
Well,
if
this
you
was a
need,
good
if
point,
you need
yeah.
me, you send me a
Yeah.
message to my phone.
Well, I mean, it was
that
a good
Little
thing,
Richard.
that thing's a great chat for all you guys to play on and stuff. But if you
No.
really need some information, I may occasionally chime in. Morning shows, I try to pay attention to it a little bit. But other than that, that's just for all you people to have
Well, I
fun
think
with.
we're doing better as far as keeping the chat.
Keep the
uh,
chat, the news story, the news
Yeah,
story.
the story
Yeah.
and
Right.
you know.
I'm just
But
glad y'all ain't doing it at 2:00 in the morning.
yeah,
Yeah, thank
I
God
had to-
people try to sleep.
I turned out well,
Yeah.
Stephanie freaking,
Mhm.
you know, she'll text you.
Hey, let me go back to real quick,
And then
catch
there's
what
a picture of
Jacob
Buttercup.
said, because this is exactly my point. You can have an opinion at work. Talking about it is not allowed, though. And that is the point that I was making is while you're on the man's dime, while you're pushing the nickel for the man, you visualize that you are working on an assembly line. You don't stop and talk to the person next to you. You will screw up the assembly line. While you're at work, you do your job. When you get home, you can run that mouth, and that's not the word I wanted to call you for running your mouth, but you can run that all day long at home, walking through the parking lot after work. But while you're at work, you got to do your job. Period. I mean, it's just, come on, people.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I-
it would suck if they told me I couldn't listen to the radio at work because, you know, that would
Well-
just be wrong. That's my constitutional right to listen to Just for
There
Fun.
you go.
That's your just for fun concept.
And again, I want to bring up the fact that a lot of people go, "Oh, Scotty's on his rant again." Well, you know what? It's funny that people in Texas hit me up and go, "Man, my so-and-so's dying. Can you get this information out?" Every charity, people need something. Everybody needs something. Everybody needs something. And half the people that want to talk crap about me are the very same people that call me when they need something. So I find it really funny. It's kind of like, I'm going to boycott the NFL, but I'm going to watch this football team.
Oh,
You can't complain about something and then turn around and just be part of the problem. You stand up for yourselves, man. At what point did we stop
is.
being patriots to our own country and doing what's right for our own country and our own towns, and we just start letting the system run over us? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it.
Did y'all see that big old fight that broke out in the Chuck E. Cheese? Did y'all see that video?
I
Yeah,
didn't
Of all
see
the
the-
pieces of it.
parents. And it appeared, now I don't know, I haven't read too much about it, but it did appear to be racial.
Here's my
And,
thing. You're at Chuck E. Cheese with kids.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
what point did an adult say, take
Yeah.
this outside?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
isn't
At what
that-
point
way.
did why are you doing that in front of children? You know what that shows? Of a lack of intelligence or even respect for your own kids.
So the point I'm trying to make here is that as we get closer to the election, I am here to tell you, I think we're going to start seeing more of these skirmishes.
I almost
I
look
really
at the
do.
fact that between the political, between the Black Lives Matter, between the and this right now we haven't had any problem with gay rights, but that is another one of these heated conversations, because think of what happened at Orlando. Between all these key things that keeps happening, it keeps everybody stirred up. You know, it's kind of like I'm going to paint a picture, and everybody remember high school. Remember high school. You had your little clique. If you really ever wanted to start some drama, you just walk up in that clique, make up a couple of little lies, and you would watch that clique start fighting amongst themselves. That's exactly what's happening with us. I mean, people just make up stuff.
Well, I mean,
another thing too is media has really changed a lot.
Yes,
you know, if you think about it, back in the day, these skirmishes and stuff always happened, but the issue was never brought to the media. Nobody cared. It happened, and two people got beat the hell up. You know, it didn't matter. And then all of a sudden, now everybody's got a phone with a video camera on it, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm going to send this to Fox 5, or I'm going to send this to Channel 2 WSB." You know, and that's the issue is everybody thinks
and they only
for a fair talk about something stupid,
right?
And they only catch part of what happened, though.
But also, the
well,
media,
they view the way it's viewed is based on their opinion.
Yep.
And they make stuff up too. Because this morning I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about a news anchor that was talking about the situations in Haiti with the hurricane that's fixing to hit, how the kids were eating trees because they were so hungry. And that was completely false. That was completely made up.
Well, Haiti's a poor country. They're already eating stuff because they're hungry.
Well, I mean, she later came back and retracted her statement and said that.
I mean, if they're eating trees, they've been doing it because they were hungry way before the hurricane came.
Exactly.
That country, Jesus, you know.
Earthquake after earthquake after earthquake.
I used to sit there and raise hell about the boats with the immigrants showing up. And then you go to work every day here. Say you live here. You wake up, you watch the news, you go get in your Lexus. You drive to your little work, drinking your coffee from Starbucks and playing on your phone. And then you tip the valet or the people at the parking deck, and you go in and stop at the little kiosk and buy the little banana and apple from the guy that you tip $1 every day. And then you go sit in your cubicle and high five Bob over the college football game from your fraternity bullcrap. And meanwhile, you didn't go watch National Geographic for 5 minutes to see these people living in shacks, huts that are made from mud, twigs, plastic, cardboard, plastic bottles that have been thrown away. They're having to take dirty milk jugs that have been washed up on the shores because some other loser threw it off his boat, and they're having to go get water that's not filtered while you're drinking your Dasani. These people are drinking parasites. You know, no wonder 1,500 of them will get on a boat that's made for 500, and they'll hang on to it for dear life and take a chance of falling off to be eaten by a shark because they don't want to live in a hut anymore.
And yesterday in that chair right there, we had a woman that came over in the banana boat revelation or when they all
my whole
over.
Mindset's changing, and I think that's what's scaring everybody with the county, because everybody's saying the more Scott's getting mad, the more vocal he's getting. Well, there's thousands upon thousands of people that watch, listen, and see everything we do.
I love it.
When are we going to stand up for ourselves? And people, you can be mad at me for saying, well, he's on one of his rants. Well, you know what?
Good.
I'm going to say it. You're not going to like it. But if somebody runs up your driveway and hits one of your children, you're going to be screaming, oh my God, this is what he's been talking about the whole time.
Yep.
And come on, people, we have the power to change our planet, and we're just not doing it.
I love it.
So I'm sorry that I'm a Debbie Downer for you guys.
Aw, Debbie Downer.
Yes, sir.
God, I just want to say I want to thank you very much for Bob Ross and that whole story. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Bob Ross.
Oh God!
Painting the pretty butterflies.
Remember,
if you don't know who Bob Ross is, then there's an issue.
Yeah, she does. She just
I
didn't
know
his
who he
name.
is, but I didn't know his name. Yeah,
She knows that afro.
Yes.
As we're going to take this
Are we
little
supposed to do a
spatula and we're going
commercial?
to paint this pretty little butterfly.
Do we have commercials
Up
anymore?
next to these really green trees. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just clarify something. Military
Oh God,
Mike.
Here we go.
As he's sitting here trying to tell me about my commercials. What did you do Monday night?
Nothing. What'd I do?
The whole time they're talking, every song title is playing on the app. And I'm sitting here going, I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going to let him figure it out. And here we are Wednesday, and he still hadn't figured it out.
He didn't take a commercial.
Oh, but it was funny on the way in this morning, right when I was pulling in your driveway. You started early. still had the song title playing across the screen.
Yeah, because I just started talking. It's just funny. You know what I find funny? I find funny that the second that Mike or Stephanie go into defense mode, that's how they look. So, Stephanie, that's how you look when you go in defense mode because you did it a little while ago. I think it's funny because we're talking about things and everybody goes, oh, my God, he's talking about me. And then everybody goes in defense mode.
I could care less.
Instead of just, let's stand up and fix our problems.
You told me to tell you when to go to commercials, so I did it. Don't jump in my shit because I'm doing what you told me to do. It's my constitutional right to say fuck yeah.
Hey, you can't say that. You can say words, but you can't do the F word.
I ain't pushing your nickel.
Pumpernickel.
All right, everybody, let's go to a commercial and shut Military Mike up.
Awesome.
All right, brother, we'll see you later. Bye. And yes, you don't drop the F-bomb, fool. All right, everybody, we'll be right back. You got to remember Joe Leeper where he's working.
Make me crazy with that crap.
Yeah, that was your guests yesterday were pretty cool.
You crazy with what crap?
You tell me to remind you about commercials. So I said, hey, do we need to go to a commercial?
I wasn't picking. I'm not. I'm picking on the fact that you're trying to be proper about that. And
you said we were going to get a digital clock up there for me to look at for me to remind you. I will smack it with my hand. And it'll hurt.
Isn't that what Little Richard makes?
No, because I had the colonoscopy, and that was a little bit more than I anticipated. I wasn't even going to have somebody drive me. I was going to go have it done, go home, go do stuff, come in that night. No, that's not how it works. Yeah.
Cool.
It's not on the internet or nothing. No.
Oh, we can't video the 80s night because he's doing music. He's not doing words.
I got you.
He's only talking for like
a script.
40.
I got you.
It is. It's all scripted.
He sent me the script.
He's only talking like 40, 50 seconds maybe.
Casey Kasem-ish.
And that's what he's aiming for.
Yep. And that's cool. I want to do the thing where I got the rainbow hair on, and I'm like, John's 316. Remember all the 80s stuff? Chief Nakahoma? Y'all remember Chief Nakahoma? And I'm not going to talk about
Jacob says that when you stood up, that you didn't have your hand over your heart, and he is offended.
Okay, well, tell Handicap Boy that one, I can run faster than he can roll uphill.
I don't know about that.
Two,
I think if you two both rolled down the hill, it'd be about even.
What, did anybody hear the national anthem? I thought we were going to start doing the national anthem and pledge allegiance.
Well, hold on. I'll do that right now.
Even if it's Jimi Hendrix, I don't care. Because I was going to do a sound bite because I got this thing. It's a military thing, and I was going to start showing that at the beginning of my show. We got to get more visual on YouTube. Got to get.
I agree.
This is just stupid. How the hell do we only have? God, you got people on some of these internet directories. I'm looking at some of these shows. You got people that are literally horrible. I mean, horrible with thousands of viewers. And it's like,
I pledge.
There we go. I just find it funny. And I guess I'm bothered by it a little bit, by the people that want to talk smack.
Yo, homie.
But yet, they don't stand up and do crap for themselves. I know, but you shouldn't have said that on camera.
Oh, come on. This shit's getting out.
I know that.
I mean, damn. How fast was he going?
I know. And trust me, I know.
All right, well, somebody's going to get killed.
Somebody's
going to get killed, and the body's going to be laying out there with a freaking tarp over it.
You know, me and you were supposed to go out there, and I'm not knocking you, but me and you were supposed to go out there and do some video one day.
We're going to do the speed gun. I told you. Mm-hmm. And you know what?
Well, is school on fall break or something?
Yes.
Okay. Because I noticed no buses were shooting down the road this morning.
Next week, I have my son all week. So you know what would be a great job for him during the morning show? He can sit in a lawn chair with a little desk and he can freaking shoot the gun between the cars so nobody sees him. We're going to do this 2 ways. If you do it between the cars where nobody sees you, and then we're going to put him right beside the mailbox doing it.
You know, what you should do is just leave the back of my van up where
he can sit in there.
Well, I'm saying you and I back the van up to where the back of the van is about where the wheel is, but still leave the gap between the bus and the van. And me and you put 2 chairs right there where the back of the bus is here. I mean, the back of the van's here and the bus is here. So when you're shooting down from the direction of the high school, you're really not going to notice us because there's going to be the van and then the bus. So we can just sit out there and video. We literally could put on black clothes and just sit there. And I'm talking broad daylight.
Yeah. The thing I was just reading, it says you do it. You do it where they can.
I'm talking.
See you.
I'm talking us Facebook Live it.
Yeah.
And just
you do
video
it where they can't see you, and then they said to put up, make signs that say your speed limit and all that other stuff, or we're checking your speed limit, and put it right out there where they can see it, and you'll see people slow down.
Well, I just want to see. I want to do it without even putting a sign up, and let's just start videoing live of the people speeding.
And I can do a little spreadsheet, piece of cake. Well, north or south. Well, that should be east and west, really. But we'll do east and west.
I thought it was northwest.
Shut up!
All right, let's go.
You are a hair splitter anymore.
All right, we back. So somebody give us something to talk about. Let's talk.
I got a TMZ, Lori. TMC.
If you mention Kim Kardashian, I swear I'll
No. It's not about Kim Kardashian.
TMZ, PZV, Stephanie.
TMZ.
Stephanie, I know you're drunk, but can you say the alphabet?
Thank you for WPTSD.
Speaking of Kim,
What's
Okay.
now
Where did that come from?
they're saying that 2 of her cell phones were stolen as well, and they're concerned about one of them having
Pictures.
inappropriate text.
I'm
Like she doesn't already have that.
and they're afraid of blackmail, and I think it's just the way.
No.
What is
her
she?
get more money.
Who has she been texting now?
It's all fake, dude. I'm telling you, this is all a setup.
My point is, what could she have on there that she hasn't already shown?
Yeah.
We've seen it on. We've seen.
All right, Steph, go with your TMZ, FIJ, whatever. Hey, Steph, just try to speak.
Haley Berry said.
Haley
or Hallie?
Halle Berry never had sex with Ric Flair, despite claims.
with Ric Flair?
Yeah. Despite.
Stop for a second. Are you being legit?
Yes, I'm being.
Are you
legit.
really pronouncing this correctly?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to look this up because I'm like shaking my head. You didn't even say Halle right. Now all of a sudden you're saying Ric Flair. So I have to question, have you lost your freaking mind?
Haley Berry never had sex.
Haley.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Keep scrolling.
Oh my God.
Keep scrolling.
How about you just keep talking?
Well, I was, and then you interrupted me.
Hey, because you keep pronouncing the woman's name wrong.
Despite claims the wrestling legend made on his radio show, this according to Haley's reps, whatever. The Nature Boy started a firestorm on the web this week when he proudly declared on the Ric Flair show that he hooked up with Haley in
Hallie
in Atlanta right after she divorced David Justice. We reached out to her camp for comment, and they strongly shut down Flair's story as bogus.
Yeah.
Sources close to her, you just missed it.
No, there it is, right there.
There.
Sources
Haley Berry.
Hallie.
I'm being sarcastic. God, y'all. Go ahead, Steph.
She's deeply offended by Flair. One source put it this way: a man doesn't get to sexualize and lie about a woman he's never met to better himself or
The
his
hell
name.
we don't.
He's never met, but there's a photo of him with her.
How is he making? Why would he be making this up? Is the stupid question. Like,
I've had
why would
sex
he be
with Halle Berry?
attention.
Yeah.
A Madonna
Attention.
or a Miley Cyrus just getting the attention, the bill ratings, and
there's some recordings, so I don't know if it's. Are you playing it? I don't know if it's him on
I don't
his
know,
show.
Chick. Hang on.
click
Little
on that
Richard
top
just
right
sent me.
picture.
Little Richard just sent me something. Hang on.
I think we should click to see who's tight booty.
Okay, that was Little Richard.
He sounded just like Ric Flair.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe
Ow.
he slept with Halle Berry.
I did.
When he was younger.
I did.
Who cares though? That's the funny thing. Why is it such a big deal?
And she's
Is it
like
just because
50.
Is it because she's embarrassed? I mean, it probably involved money and cocaine.
I'm thinking it. If y'all would be quiet, I can think about it a little bit more.
Okay,
Wow.
it's silly. So where did this come from? I mean, he just, how did he just,
Yeah,
like
wouldn't-
you say he's on his own, I guess, podcast or something?
and-
Yeah, he just said it. He probably declared it on the Ric Flair show.
I know,
Wow.
but how long ago did her and David get divorced?
I got
man?
Ric Flair never,
90s.
listen, it
Yes.
says from a person on his page, Ric Flair never lies. Rolex wearing, high flying, limousine riding, kiss stealing, wheel dealing, custom suit, alligator shoe wearing, son of a gun.
Woo!
That's from a wrestling fan,
Wow.
apparently.
I like that. I like that. Okay, here's the deal. Kim Kardashian, you're lying. This is all. This is all.
What do we
upfront.
figure is the motive of Kim
Well,
Kardashian?
you know, Knucklehead's saying he's 50+ million in the hole.
Who?
Kanye.
Hallie
Cognac?
Hallie West.
Yeah.
He said, I hate that.
So
guy.
you think this is to make money?
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. I think, well, I know apparently this was her dad's jewelry.
What was,
Mr. Kardashian's, you know, because
Robert
Was it a
Kardashian.
Robert Kardashian.
Well, it's the $5.6 million ring that he gave her.
Yeah, and now
And
it's gone.
he's in the hole.
Yeah, I see. I hate these people.
If you're struggling with money
I hate
and you want to give out a
So that's the ring that went missing?
yeah, but
Yeah.
boys
Yeah.
and girls,
And
we
there's
made these people.
numbers on the back of these diamonds. So
Yep.
what is somebody going to do?
Where let me tell you something. We have created these people.
Yep.
Why is it that I give a load of crud about Mel Gibson's political affiliation, right? And I like Mel Gibson. He's a great actor. He's a good director, but I don't care about his political aspirations.
Well, I want to say this, and this is kind of funny. So a friend of mine met Vince Vaughn the other day, and I've always wanted to meet Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, he's
Vince Vaughn
great.
is just one of those guys. Now, with this being said, does everybody remember like when they were in high school, the weird people that were in drama class? Pay attention. Quit trying to pass the joint.
You said that twice today.
So, do you remember those guys? They were the drama geeks. They were just kind of odd and weird.
I took drama.
That's why I was looking at him, because I was about to say, I know this cat took drama.
So you see my point.
I mean, I was in drama.
Mike, you're always in drama.
No, except
You create drama. Do you get what I'm trying to say though? Period. Don't argue with me. So the guy that I'm friends with said he got to meet up.
Drama.
So we got to meet up with Vince Vaughn, and he said, you know, he was so looking forward to meeting Vince Vaughn. Everybody wants to meet this guy because he is, you know, you see him on interviews, he's really good and funny. You see him in movies, he's really good and funny. He's like, man, I was so idolizing the fact I was going to get to meet this guy. He said, I hung out with the dude for like 30 minutes. He's like, I hung out with him, not like I didn't just meet him for 5 minutes, shook his hand. We hung out. He said, very uncomfortable feeling. He's like, the dude is like strange. He said, here it was, this guy that I had wanted to meet. And this guy meets actors all the time. He works on all these sets and stuff. And, you know, he says, I meet actors all the time. He says, it's not a big deal. He says, but what it is he says he's used to being around them all the time. And it's strange because none of them are what you visualize they are.
Oh, yeah.
He says,
They're
but
actors.
key word. He said, so what really sucked is this was one guy that he truly wanted to meet. Like he's met hundreds of people, but not any that he was like, you know, there's a difference of I'm working and I bump into Halle Berry and Mike who wants to bump Halle Berry. There's a difference. So he finally meets somebody that he really wanted to meet, not just somebody that he just happens to meet. And he says, having the conversations and stuff, he says, the dude's just out there. He says, what it is we have this illusion in our minds of what these people are, and then you meet them and they're actors.
That
Yeah,
would be
that's-
sheetrock dust and baking powder.
The prime example is Jax from Son of Anarchies.
Yeah.
Everybody has it in their mind who he is until they see like an interview with him, and then they go, holy cow, like
He's dumb as
Who
rocks.
would have ever thought that was the dude playing this character?
Mhm.
So the problem is, and this is straight out of his mouth, he says, don't meet these actors. He said, don't ruin the illusion in which you have of these people, because if you ever truly know who they are, it will destroy your illusion.
Yeah,
He says that all these movies that he works on, he says, I don't watch the movies. All the TV shows, he says, I don't watch them. He says, I've watched so many explosions that it ruins the illusion of the movie.
Yeah.
All the shows I've watched film, he's like, I watched the same take 50 times. He says, by the time I watched a movie, it's destroyed. He says, I see all the imperfections because blah, 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 blah. He says, I watch them. So he said, so now everything that I work on, I don't watch. He says, I just don't watch. And when I was having the conversation, I'm sitting there going, well, this is why I don't watch the behind the scenes on the DVD of a movie, because I want to be intertwined with the movie. I want to be in the fantasy of the movie. I don't want to know how it was made. You're destroying my illusion of my movie.
They got
Does that make sense?
Porn?
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Have y'all ever heard of Cullen Montgomery? He was on that show Remote Control. And he did it.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to meet him, and then we kind of did end up being, I wouldn't say friends, but he would come to the club and we'd hang out, and we'd have drinks, lights would go on, we'd still hang around, go eat, stuff like that. The guy was so incredibly cool. He was just cool. He was normal, blah, blah, blah. Now, switch over, he's a comedian. Switch over. Joe Rogan from Fear Factor. I don't know if you guys, he was a UFC fighter. MMA fighter.
Yeah, but he was a comedian way before he did that.
And
I mean Richard Pryor.
Dirty, nasty.
Yes, I've
raunchy.
went to see him. I'm telling you, he is a 100% full-fledged Richard Pryor comedian. I watched him. We went to the comedy Playhouse or whatever it's called back in the day, and he's telling me all about, of course, this is in the skit, all about how his dog stole his baggie full of cocaine. And he goes to cussing and everything else. He is 100% pulling off a Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was talking about, right before you die, your brain produces this chemical that basically takes you into the afterlife. I don't know, it's a big, long name. Well, they have isolated this chemical, and it's very expensive, and people do it. People do it like a drug. And Joe Rogan is talking about this while he's on stage. I was working security in the back. And so when he's done, he comes off the stage, and I'm looking at him like, man, that's just wrong. You guys are taking this stuff out of people's brains and you're buying it just to get off on. So I had that look on my face. And this dude goes off into about 30 expletives calling me names. Well, you're security, you just got to take it. So fast forward ahead to Fear Factor. They came to the club and they were looking for people to go on the show. A friend of mine got on the show. She was on the Halloween show. Now, of course, Joe Rogan's not with them when they're doing the interviews. But I told her, because she goes, look, I'm going to get another interview. I said, oh, yeah, you're beautiful. Of course, they're going to pick you. And I said, when you meet Joe Rogan, you call me and you tell me what you think. She called me from Las Vegas, and she said, this guy is the biggest ass I've ever met in my life. Nothing like what you see on TV.
Yes.
Completely different.
Well, who's like Bob Saget?
The D Nugget, the D Nugget that I was talking about meeting down at Southside Steve's, the one they call me Tater Salad. He is a
Ron
oh my God, he is an a-hole. He is like, here we are, we work there, and he won't allow any. I only take pictures with girls. I won't take pictures with nobody if they ain't got their boobs hanging out. And I'm just like, and this wasn't even
Mike
being
could get a picture.
This wasn't even a show. This is him literally saying this in the office. Like, we're trying to get pictures. It's like, I'm not doing it.
He wanted free drinks at the Oasis. When he came to the door, he said, do I get free drinks?
Oh, yeah, that's what he did. What do you think he did there? He free drinks.
And he goes, you guys don't have club courtesy? I said, dude, you come in here, you're buying.
John Snyder, super cool guy. He used to go, his mom worked at IBM with my uncle, and he would show up to the company picnics and stuff and talk to kids. I met Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper is in my top
He's cool as hell.
Friggin' 5 of the people I've met.
Cool as hell.
Queensryche was
Brad Butler.
Queensryche is absolutely 100% amazing. As a single person, Alice Cooper was the best I've ever met. As a group, Queensryche was absolutely the best band I ever met. We were sitting at their limo, And a buddy of mine was an artist, so we always with the oil paintings and things that my buddy would do, we'd always get to meet the people. So the limo driver took the paintings in, showed Queensryche. Queensryche said, "Bring them, sit them at the limo, let's talk." So they come out, they walk out. You know, we're all standing at the limo. They all go to sit down in the limo. They've been standing up signing autographs for a couple of hours, and you know, back then this was the Lincoln limos. So that little metal strip where it goes from the outside of the car to the inside, the little metal strip that holds your carpet down in the bottom of the door jam. Like these guys are sitting in the limo. We're sitting on the metal strip that says Mercury, you know, and we're just talking to them. And one of them goes to light the cigarette. And the lead singer's like, "Hey, did you ask these people if it's okay for you to light a cigarette?"
Yeah, isn't that cool?
And I'm looking at them going, "Dude, you can do whatever hell you want." He says, "No, man, you know, we want to be nice about it." And I'm just sitting here going, "This is the coolest thing ever that we're sitting here with Queensryche at the top of their famous, you know, the height of their everything, and they're just chilling with us." You know, we met Poison. Poison was really great. White Line was really great. You know, we've met bands, and bands seem to be cool. You meet actors, and they're not quite so cool. It doesn't. I don't get I just don't understand it. But they say the actors are just strange folks.
Musicians had to work harder to get where they were at.
Oh,
it was a harder struggle.
And now I got Little Richard saying that, you know, when he met now because the phone's moving faster than I can scroll. But he said when he met him the other day that he was super nice.
Yeah, and you know,
and watching him on his riding show, you get to kind of see him. He's pretty cool.
And he video chatted with Ashley with them.
Right.
And out of all of them, you know, Norman Reedus chatted with her a little bit.
But it also goes back to he's a biker, and it's kind of we're different people.
Burt Reynolds actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've heard stories about Burt Reynolds
when they did the Cannonball Run.
Yeah,
Glenwood.
My mom.
All of them kind of Glenwood. Yeah,
my mom found out I was like the redheaded stepchild, I guess, because my mom checked out my older brother and checked out my younger brother, and left me in school.
Right,
and went up to see Burt Reynolds, and they're all lined up back behind the Old English Inn.
Right. Yeah, Arthur's Court, and then there was that church right there.
Yeah.
And
I lived in Arthur's Court.
One of Brad screamed to one of his friends to come over, and the kid kind of bumped through the line on the other side of the tape. Security moved everybody back 15 feet as Burt Reynolds was walking by, and turned around and looked up, and the lady standing behind my mom started screaming at him, "Look, if you're going to ignore all us, at least say hey to this little kid here."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Looks down, and there's Brad sitting in his wheelchair. Burt Reynolds sent his security over, picked up Brad, took him inside his dressing room.
Right.
And my mom and my brother for about an hour. They got to sit in there and talk to him.
Now I got Kevin Hart's really cool, down to earth. And you have to assume, and this is Raven saying this, you have to assume because he's a comedian. Not that I'm trying to justify a comedian versus a regular actor, but you have to assume the funny guy is naturally going to stay funny. I'm just a little shocked that some of the actors are just kind of, you know, we did the thing with the originals. You know, those actors kind of come over to the bus and I mean, they were being kind of nice, but we didn't really get to hang out with them long enough to know anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe and I'm not knocking them. Maybe it's because they're not, you know, Brad Pitt kind of famous that they don't have the ego. I don't know. I just, you don't get to meet some of the ones, and, you know, we know Norman is just down to earth. You know, you always hear stories about how down to earth he is.
Now, you know, the that one casting agency, they're asking for a lot of people if anybody's interested. Because they're filming The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and they need a lot of like 16, 17-year-olds. But then they
need to get on that mic, sir.
Then they need older folks.
Well, you got it.
Well, here it is you get paid. You're going to be paid guaranteed like $65 a day. It's an 8-hour day. You might work for 10 seconds. But if right now they need people with cars to just sit in the car as they videotape it or movie it, and you get an additional $25. So, I mean, you're almost making $100 a day.
Yeah. Ravens has been in a bunch of movies.
Yeah. So I'll give you the information.
And you know what's cool about Daryl? And I say Daryl because if you say Norman, people don't really get who it is. When you're watching his ride show, he's not acting, it's him, right? And they show him in New Orleans with Peter Fonda. I mean, it's Peter Fonda.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So people my age are seeing both of them going, friggin' awesome. But then you see them walking, Oh no, they were in Key West at this time. So they're walking at Key West, and you see people my age want to get pictures of both, but then you see people stepping out of the bar that's like 20, 30s, like mid 30s maybe, that are only seeing Norman. And they all are yelling, Daryl! And they have no idea that you could be taking a picture with both of them. And Peter Fonda just kind of steps off to the side and giggles a little bit, because it's like, I mean, anybody that rides motorcycles would know Easy Rider, duh. I mean, you would know. What?
Nothing.
Well, you know,
Did you really just give me the eye because you don't know Easy Rider?
Yes, I know. Easy
Young
Rider.
Gunner's new music video has him playing one of the characters from Easy Rider and the other guy doing one of the guys from Easy Rider. I mean, their new video is involving Easy Rider, which is kind of funny.
oh, Travis met Bridget and Jane Fonda.
Yeah,
on
those
a
would
job
be cool.
That he
Well,
was
Jane
doing.
Fonda, I've heard weird stuff though.
He said
Yeah.
she was awesome. He said that she was
Yeah.
very nice.
I don't-
Yeah, people used to say she's real snooty, but maybe she's mellowed out. You know what I
Because
mean?
of
Yeah.
Ted.
Like I met
what
Morris
she did
Day.
in Hanoi.
Dude, I met Morris Day sitting at the Braves baseball game, the Braves game, and he was super friggin' cool. The lead singer of the Blues Travelers, and for some reason his name's just slipping my mind. John Popper. So I got Monkariki pushing a wheelchair. It's me, my brother, my dad, Monkariki. We're all at a gun show, and John Popper standing there, and and you see these people from a distance on TV, and you think you know what they look like. When you see them face to face in person, you don't realize who they are. So I'm standing next to John Popper. So every time he's reaching for a gun, I'm reaching for a gun. Well, I'm not looking at John Popper. We're both reaching for the same gun. We're looking at the gun.
You're
So
just looking at another gun enthusiast.
this dude is the size of the guy used to play Diesel or say Kane from the WWE, squeezes between me and him, and we're already shoulder to shoulder reaching for the guns, same guns, and this big guy squeezes through, and hello, I'm 6 foot, but when a 6'8" guy squeezes between you, you look up like, dude, what the hell's your problem? Well, about the 5th time this happens, because the gun shows there's tables and then tables and then tables. So if you're on the right side of a building and you're easing left, like being at a cafeteria, like having your tray at an all-you-can-eat bar, you're just moving down the line. This big dude, every time I get close to John Popper, this big dude leans in, and I'm thinking, who the hell is this dude, man? Get off of me. Well, they were selling this bug. And when I say bug, it was a microphone that would play over an FM or AM radio station.
yeah.
So it's a transmitter.
Yeah.
So John Popper picks it up, and the guy selling it doesn't know it's John Popper. None of us realize it's John Popper. But yet we've all been talking to him as we're walking like we're at a gun show. So the guy says, yeah, this close to the radio, it wouldn't make sense, but take it and walk to the other end of the building. So he takes this microphone that's a bug transmitter, walks to the end of the building, and he goes, and you all, I mean, like everybody in the building that heard this looks to their right, and then it dawns on us, holy cow, the Blues Travelers were at the Fox last night. And then you notice as he's walking back to the table, Kane's walking back to the table with him. And then it's like, holy cow. So we got him to, he stopped and shook hands with my uncle and took a picture. It was super great. This was before all the, phones with the cameras and stuff. But it was super cool to see normalness and that you don't get to see out of these people.
Normalness.
Like I would like to meet Dan Aykroyd. I think he would be for Bill Murray, even though I've heard stories about Bill Murray, Jim Carrey, Little Richard just said that he would love to hit Bill. He said, I would love to meet, I would love to meet Jim Carrey and punch him right in his mangina.
Wow. That went bad fast.
Well, when we
He could reach it, maybe.
we met Tony Stewart, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, but you hear stories, but you got to know he might be acting for the NASCAR stuff.
And I mean, we had a child
Johnny Depp.
We had a child in a wheelchair that
And
adored
Stephanie,
him.
and I don't want to say you milk that, but you have to realize you're walking around at a kid with a wheelchair. We're
going to be treated different than
you are like the single guy at the park with a cute little puppy trying to pick up single women.
Does that work?
It does.
Yes, it works.
Okay.
I had a little terrier poodle puppy.
Look at Jeff. It works.
Took it to Hooters. It worked.
But yes,
Walking there with
we
my
are
pit
going to
bull.
be treated different than you know,
That's right.
somebody else that doesn't have a disabled
Yes.
child. So yes, I get that.
Do
I
you
mean,
ever
it
play
happens
off of
that
that?
way. Look,
Huh?
hey, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. The next time Jacob's coming to town, if there's a big concert, I'm going with Jacob because let me tell you something. My uncle was in a wheelchair. We had Kid Rock tickets at the Gwinnett Arena. Well, now let me just tell you something.
Let me tell you here.
Everybody's fighting to get in the doors as we're rolling up. Literally, he's in a wheelchair. As we're rolling up, there's another guy. There's another guy that stands next to this other door that's for people in wheelchairs. So we didn't even know. We're going for the door just like all the other people. And this guy walks up and says, "Could you follow me, sir?" And we're just kind of like, "Huh?" He says, "You're handicapped. I need to take you to that section." We're like, "Cool." He walks us to a side door that goes into a side area. No people are walking. We get on an elevator. We go downstairs to where no people are walking. They take us down a damn corridor past all the dressing rooms where nobody's walking. We take a left and they roll us right out onto the floor. We're 8 inches off of the floor. If you envision, if you were at a hockey match, you know, when you go to the timeout booth, they got the little hockey wall. We were behind a wall. We didn't have glass, of course, but we were behind a wall that had a door that I could go down to the floor if I wanted to go get beer or whatever. But we had an area as big as this entire studio that was just for us.
Yep.
They had to hand us some chairs to sit in. But then you got all the hot chicks walking by.
Yeah, baby.
And we're in this huge area on the floor by ourselves. So my uncle took full advantage of it. He's like, "Hey, girl, come on."
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, from now on, I'm going with the handicapped people.
I'm just going to hang out with handicapped people.
Well, you'll always be a leg up.
Jacob says he gets a personal escort at concerts.
That's right. Hey, let's shoot off to a commercial, everybody. We'll be right back.
Personal escort.
You know, we got a birthday call to do. You going to bring it up or you want me to?
Tell me.
I mean, it's not going to be a secret or nothing. Okay.
Is it one of mine?
Oh, yeah. Right there. One more.
That one?
Yep. Let's check the hurricane. It is just east of Cuba. God, it just must have went over Guantanamo.
They said it was barely going to touch Cuba, but more go across.
It's past it now. Heading our way.
Yeah, they're talking about canceling the Georgia game.
No, I saw that. That's kind of weird, ain't it?
Yeah.
I gotta go get my tag. God. Why is it that I hate dealing with people? I need a personal assistant.
Yep. That's what I need. I need some sleep. Doing right otherwise, though, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, y'all's video yesterday.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, when you went on your fat biatch's rant and the look on Bree's face, I was like, oh my God, he just did not say that. And Bree's sitting there laughing her ass off.
Everybody knows I'm just joking.
Oh, I know. She was cracking. Man, we were both laughing our asses off at.
I just don't understand why I get so much flack over that. I'm not attracted to.
Bree's the biggest woman I've ever dated.
See, I mean,
Tammy's a little bit.
Dang. Did you poop?
You better not be shitting in there.
Tammy was a little thick.
I don't know that all that, by the way. Just for fun.
Hey, good morning, DJ Scottie.
Morning, Drew.
What's happening? Hang on just a second. I got a
How
couple.
is my favorite?
Hang on just a few seconds. I got like 2 more commercials.
Apparently, you're
Okay,
not
thank you.
listening.
Yeah, hang on just a second. I'm gonna put you on hold for just a second.
All right. Hey,
Goodness gracious. Can you hear me? Cool. The mute's working. Here we were fixing to sneak off and call him.
Eh,
So
Me.
well, let's take advantage of it. Y'all gonna sing happy birthday to him, right? Or we all will.
I think we should all should do it.
Yeah, we all will.
Don't let him know.
I wonder if he's watching video and he's hearing us.
Probably.
Here we were. Mike was just telling me we need to prank him, but the other guy, I'm like, I'm not sure I want to dial that one.
Which one?
I'll point in a minute. Hang on.
Okay.
All right, everybody, you just for funners, we're back. So what's up, Drew, man?
Nothing. I feel like I'm on top of the world today because
Are you sitting on top of an anthill?
On top of a girl
No.
today.
He is saving himself for marriage,
Of
sir.
a wide Christmas.
did you happen to look at your Facebook? birthday
No,
list?
no. I'm kind of boycotting Facebook right now. One of the players, got on their knees, and I mean, she's a hooker. I admit it, but I just, never mind. I was joking. It's Mike's. It's Mike's anniversary.
Mike's hooker.
Anyway, did you look at your Facebook birthday list today?
No, I sure haven't. What's going on? Wait, okay. It's Molly Brown's birthday, Bobby Dykes. Oh, look, John Grant. I guess we got to call John for his birthday. Okay, so what's going on with you? You
get
need a
my
cough
name?
drop, dude? I got some right here.
Yeah,
Need some
or-
Robitussin?
you got something stuck in your throat there?
Did you skip my name on purpose, sir?
What about your name?
Did you
Jeez.
post
It's on the
something?
phone right here. You just called me.
Did you post
Why do
something?
you have to make everything about you, Drew?
God. Attention hog.
Happy birthday, brother.
Where's
Thank you.
We're gonna
You're a
sing
lovely
to you.
46 today.
We're gonna sing to you,
No,
but now
I'm
you ruined it.
Yeah.
I'm a proud 23-year-old. Thank you very much.
That's right. You better be glad you're not over here. I got a big paddle. I don't mean Mike's smiling at me. Mike, I have a paddle, but not for you. It's only for birthday people.
My birthday's
Right.
coming up.
But
And just so everybody knows, on my birthday, there better be a cake in here.
I actually asked my professor for the day off today.
How'd that
Yeah,
work?
that doesn't work.
Yeah, because I made such good grades in my psychology that she let me have the day off. This is
God.
my birthday, so
I never get days
So-
off.
Man,
I'm going to a softball game for my birthday.
Yeah, imagine that. You still coaching?
is
Yeah.
it all guys or all girls?
Girls.
Of course it is, Mike. I wanted him to have to admit it, though.
Drew's a slut.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
Drew, are you a slut?
He's attempted to be a man whore, but he's not quite a slut.
So you're a slut on just your birthday then?
No,
No.
Are you a birthday slut?
no, I'm not a birthday. Michael,
Yes,
you
sir.
are
So listen, are you going to sing happy birthday to us?
despicable.
Are you singing us happy birthday? It's your birthday.
Yeah, you got to sing it.
Yeah, on your 23rd, you're
Yeah.
supposed to sing it to everybody else.
If we were in Italy,
Are-
we'd sing it.
Are you singing happy birthday?
No.
Stephanie's going to sing it to you in her sexy voice.
Oh, God.
No.
Jeff,
Oh,
Matthias, you sing it to him in a sexy voice.
Stephanie's like, I can't sing sexy to Drew. It's Drew.
Yeah,
She
no.
can't sing sexy. It's Stephanie.
He's like my kid.
Right.
Well, he's in between my
But,
kids.
but I just wanted to
Age.
What the
Between my-
hell?
No.
Drew.
Drew.
What up,
What are
player?
you doing, Drew?
I just wanted to give my favorite DJ a phone call this morning.
Well,
Who-
thank
who
you.
is that?
We were,
Yeah,
we
which
were
one of
calling-
us?
But it just proves you don't.
Okay.
You wasn't watching the show. Oh,
Yeah.
I was.
oh, Manny Cam stopped. I was
turned-
like, what just happened?
I was listening, but I turned on Pandora because I just hopped in the shower.
Did you just say the P word to me?
And we know you don't bathe, so something's not right.
You can't say the P word. You can't say
yeah,
that word.
Aura.
that's like saying Kroger or the other word in front of my wife. You don't do
Yeah.
that.
I can hear it now. I can hear it in the background now. Hey, Drew.
Right.
What do you think about this hurricane, buddy?
Hurricane
it's
Komoda?
ridiculous.
What do you think about this hurricane, man? It's going to hit us.
Why do you always try to go with the weather? Aren't we supposed to be singing happy birthday so this young man can
I
get
thought he
on with
was
his day?
I thought he was going to sing.
He's
He's
not
got the
gonna
day
sing. He's not going to sing.
off. You didn't get the
It's
day off because of
9:36.
grades. You got the day off.
All right,
because
are we ready? Are we going to sing happy birthday?
I guess.
All right, on 3. 1.
They're singing happy birthday. Hold on.
He's got to record
Radio
it.
station.
Are you ready?
Are you recording
You
it?
ready?
Do you got on speakerphone?
Can you hear me now?
So whoever else can hear it.
I'll do it sexy.
Hello.
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 All right, on 3. 1,
Happy birthday
2,
to you.
3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Drew. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Because your name is Drew.
And you smell like
Thank
poo.
you, guys.
All right, well, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, go enjoy your day.
Now, who
Thank
was you
you,
talking
guys.
to?
I
His
was
mom.
talking to my mom, and
Did she
Mr.
get-
Jerry's in here to get.
Did they get to hear
Mr.
that?
Jerry's in here to get me dressed.
Oh,
so-
cool. Did they get to hear that?
Yes, they
Man.
did.
They'll never
I'm
be the
sure.
same.
They will never want to hear that again.
They will never be the same.
They won't have to hear it for another year, thank God.
Did your mom ever get her
Right.
cast off, Drew?
Nope, she's
Yes,
still wearing
she
it.
did.
Good, good.
All right, brother. Well, go do your thing and get up and get dressed for the morning. Enjoy your day
Yeah.
off. Make sure somebody takes you somewhere good to lunch, you know,
Hey,
for
no,
lunch.
No
Right.
partying. No.
All right, brother. We'll see you
partying.
later. Take care. Have a good day.
Happy birthday, sir.
Bye,
You
Drew.
too.
Bye bye. That was awesome. How funny is it that he got us before we could get him?
What are we
Because
talking
that's
about?
true.
Hey, do you remember the one we were supposed to do yesterday, sir?
No, I wasn't here.
Oh, whatever.
Jeff's
you
here. He
such
can
an
do it.
idiot. No, Mike. You know what you're doing.
I can do it.
Mike, you have to do this one. You know what you're doing. Do you remember which one this one is? This is the girl that you were going to talk to about getting a job. Mike,
What?
do you remember this one from
Yes,
yesterday?
I remember.
Okay.
It was just yesterday. I'm not freaking retarded.
You do suffer from Alzheimer's.
What were we talking about?
All right, I'm muting everybody but Mike.
I just don't think she's going to answer. I bet you she's sleeping. She works at night. She's a night owl. The math.
6,
7, 8. Okay, she's not there. Let's go to the
Man.
next one.
It sucks we can't catch people anymore.
Yeah. Well, they're smart. They don't answer their phone
They're
on their
smart.
birthday.
They're smart. They don't answer their phones.
Who? I mean, come on. Who's going to answer? Their
Well,
phone?
yesterday was hers. That's why we were trying to catch her today because we knew she didn't answer
Get
yesterday.
somebody from like next week. They won't be expecting it.
So we got anything else
Yeah.
today?
Get
No,
'em
can we
Yeah,
before
but I
it's your
took medicine
birthday.
for it.
Ben Stiller is revealing his prostate cancer diagnosis
All right.
and delivering an important message for men.
Yep.
Mike,
He's trying to copy me because I brought up testicular cancer. Now he has to try to top me.
Don't avoid your doctor's finger because it could save your life. Ben went on the Howard Stern show Tuesday, speaking publicly for the first time about discovering the prostate cancer 2 years ago. He says he beat it after undergoing surgery.
Stephanie,
Thanks, Mike.
what was that he did?
I'm just reading what it says.
Beat it. Beat it.
But he beat it after undergoing surgery.
Yes, he did.
But Ben really wanted to get into the big debate about
Yes, he
when to
did.
get tested and what kind of test to take.
That's right.
He
It's a
shared
big
his
deal.
experience in detail and
I
believes
bet
it
you
could
he
help
did.
you.
That's right. And he took a helicopter there.
Yeah,
Wow.
that wasn't funny. Go ahead.
It was extremely
That's
funny.
it. That's all.
He beat it.
Yeah.
Beat it.
I didn't realize how that sounded
yeah.
until
Till after
Well,
you said
you
it.
are redneck Steph. You know, we do joke about how you just say things and then the repercussions follow.
Donut.
Beat it.
Yep. That's the
Mike, you
Steffi
got anything?
moments.
Cantaloupe.
A little indigestion.
No.
today.
So what was the whole presidential crap last night?
Well,
by
it
the
was
way?
the VP. It was.
I understand that.
when you said
The
president.
VP is still presidential. So what did it have to do with? I mean,
Man,
what?
we have really gotten to where we split hairs a lot on this show. The vice president, the only vice president debate was last night between Pence and Kaine. And I got to tell you that Kaine is a blithering idiot
Now that's the one that's running as
with Hillary.
Hillary.
You know, I can't even tell you who the vice president is now. Like right
Biden.
now.
Joe
How important
Biden.
is it to listen to what these two have to say?
Well, you know what? In this particular sense,
I mean, all they're going to do after being a vice president is try to go around telling everybody about global warming.
I invented the
or shoot
internet.
people when they go hunting.
Ooh. Okay, so the reason why this is so important this time around is because the country is really disillusioned with both candidates. So it's ironic that they would have a VP debate and it held so much weight.
Okay, so in other words, in plain English, because our choices for president suck so bad, we have to make sure that we're voting based on a vice president because we know the other two could be assassinated.
Wow. But that has
That's putting it in a nutshell.
Yeah, that has came up.
I've heard the conversations.
Yeah, that has came up more than once, unfortunately. The big thing here is that it seems like the vice presidents are the selections are exactly opposite of who they're running with.
Their running mates.
Yeah. Pence, who's running with Trump, is very cool, calm, collective, very analytical, very polite, very gentlemanly, very political, all the things. Then Knucklehead Kaine, you know what? Have you ever had a conversation with somebody where you're required to ask them questions and they're really nervous about maybe not coming across right or something like that, and they continuously interrupt, or when you're interrupting someone, sometimes it's because you didn't get somebody asked you a question, you didn't get your part of it out.
Well, around here it's because the other person talking is an idiot and we have to interject to make the story go correctly.
I don't know if we should say us, but we do know one person that likes to interrupt a lot.
Could you shut up and hurry up?
What?
God, that was funny. You couldn't have freaking scripted that. Timing was perfect. So it's really important this time. I hate to say it, but I got to tell you, it was deplorable to listen to the journalist after the debate and very late last night and this morning.
All they made it out to be like is they just argued over Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's what of course I was WSB. I need to start changing it to Fox, but
I wouldn't listen to WSB.
Yeah, they made it out like it was nothing but an argument over Donald Trump. They said they started off as gentlemen and then quickly came to Donald Trump's taxes.
Eric Erickson is a Trump hater from way back. And he's also a member of that red state movement to get Trump kicked out of it and everything. So WSB, because Eric Erickson brings in some major numbers, they kind of let Erickson go a little bit with it. So they have all these people in a grassroots, grassroots, and they're all in a room watching it, and Eric Erickson is there, and so the majority of them came across like, wow, Kaine did good. Kaine really no, he did not. There is nobody on the planet that could watch that and say Kaine did well.
Watching last night,
he did horrible. I'm professional enough and I know enough about politics to say Kaine
is Hillary's
a Democrat.
Sounds like some Cain and Abel to me.
Kaine was terrible, absolutely terrible. If Hillary was smart, she would have him killed today. Because let me tell you something, he has absolutely put a major bump in their program. I think that everybody now is going to have a different light about the Trump-Pence ticket. And I think we're going to see the numbers
change.
horrendously today.
So you're trying to say that you believe he screwed up so bad last night that it's going to force people to jump
he really did,
parties?
Scotty.
Jump ship.
Scotty, I'm serious.
What did he say that was so bad?
Oh my! He interrupted. They said he interrupted over 90 times.
Wow.
Every time. And Pence would, you're supposed to have like 2 minutes, and Pence would get 30 seconds into it, and this guy would jump. They said he was looking off to the left, which he was, and he had this creepy look on his face, like.
Kind of like you in the morning.
Yeah, but I'm not running for vice president.
Maybe he was robo-tripping.
Man, I think he was scared. And you know how
scared of what?
Well, that position and what is going to be expected of him. And Pence is a hell of a guy now. Pence is a governor. When he was done with his term, his state.
I heard somebody make an accusation that
was billions of dollars in the blue. You know?
If Trump gets it, this is to see to it that the Democrats don't get it, and that he may resign, which will then throw. I almost said Spence. It would throw Pence into the leadership role.
I've heard that before, but
that's just
I'm not
speculation, of course.
Really 100% sure, because I've been kind of a Trump.
Tramp?
Yeah. Well, everybody. The stamp says that.
We know. The tattoo explains it. Yeah, the tattoo explains it.
When I was growing up, Trump was kind of a big deal.
Any man with a bullseye over the top of his.
He always had babes.
Yes.
Okay.
Who?
Trump.
Okay.
And then
always
Ivanka.
had the money.
Okay, who was he messing with after Ivanka? Does anybody remember?
Maples.
You're right, exactly.
So what does all this got to do with anything?
I followed Trump since I was a little kid because he was a
Well,
business.
I mean, I didn't know if pointing out the women had any factor on what we're talking about.
He was always in the limelight. Somebody who comes from New York.
Okay, so the women have nothing to do with this then.
The women have everything to do with it.
Explain how your logic is the women have anything to do with him running for president.
I was a heterosexual young man. I know that probably stumps you.
No, what I'm trying to figure out.
Men and G.I. Joe figures.
I'm trying to figure out what women have to do with his election to presidency.
No, I was saying me following Trump.
Okay, so you're saying you follow because he hung out with hot women. That's why you kept up with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's kind of hard to explain stuff to you sometimes because you're busy doing other things while
No,
we're talking.
I was looking for an answer.
You get the beginning and then you get where you tune back in and you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm strictly looking for an answer
of what. I've been talking for 20 minutes. What the hell are you talking
looking for an answer of why hot chicks mattered at all to him running for president.
Hot chicks always matter.
All you basically just said is because I am a single horn dog and this dude had hot chicks, I followed him.
No, I think
and I'm good with that.
I think what he was trying to say is Donald Trump's never changed.
Is
that what
I mean, he's always been this.
Yeah, thank you for trying to make it make sense because I was trying to figure out why hot chicks had anything to him do with running for president.
She listened to the whole story. That's why she got it.
I was listening to the whole story. I couldn't figure out how we're talking about him running for presidency. And I always followed him, not because of his strategy on business, not because the dude was a billionaire, but because he had hot women. I was paying attention to him.
Yes.
Stephanie, that's what you just deciphered. You, the redneck, deciphered.
It was easy, right? I mean,
yeah.
I was talking about the women.
And Hillary's been flip-flopping.
Yeah, but I couldn't figure out
Maples. Bam!
But why? I couldn't figure out why women had anything to do with him being a president.
Had everything to do with it.
Jesus Christ!
What? I mean,
you are a horn dog.
Are you a perv?
No, but you
like
are.
Men. You like
are
men.
A pervert. What?
Who's your favorite actor?
Stop for a second. Here is a guy.
Who's your favorite actor?
Here is a guy that has money and power. And Mike does not idolize the money. He doesn't idolize the power, but he idolizes the woman.
The hot chicks.
Oh, let me tell you something about Trump's daughter. Oh,
Ivanka,
in a second.
Yes, she's beautiful.
She is.
I seriously got lost because I'm thinking, why is he's talking about the presidency and then he rambles on about women?
Do you see that picture I posted about when Bill's shaking her hand?
What does any of this have to do with presidency, though?
It has everything to do with it. Oh my God, who cares what the damn president does?
He would rather have a hot first lady than a nasty looking first man.
Yeah, I mean, you want Bill
What
Clinton,
would he be called?
the first douche. I mean, okay.
The election Speedo. He's gonna want that. Can I have the Speedo
flag
with Trump's face on the front of it?
Looks like a flag and a cucumber. So yeah, I mean, she's gorgeous as it is. Can you imagine now? Are they even going to live in the White House? I wouldn't live in there.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't live in there. Would you?
I would
I-
let the vice
I
president.
was gonna say I would just.
Well,
let
he
it-
has a
That has
residence
some parties
across.
in there, but
that's what I was gonna say. I'd let
I
it.
wouldn't live there.
I'd let it be the office.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Just
live
let
there.
it be the office.
Screw it. You
Well,
know,
where's he gonna stay then? Does that mean he won't be in Washington?
well, I would think
I would-
Trump's not going to be the kind of guy that sticks around Washington.
But
I wouldn't say where
that'd
I would stay. Where I would.
But
be
the
staying.
question is, the
Where would
president's
he
supposed to
stay
be in Washington, right?
Mm,
I mean, for is
Protection.
there? Well, I'm not even worried about
Camp
protection
David.
because look how many times Goober Smooch is down there golfing somewhere. my point is,
Goober Smooch.
my point is,
Wow.
for business reasons, as a president, are you supposed to be in Washington so that you're in reach for Congress and all this other stuff?
Well, you're in the Oval Office.
cell phone.
Yeah, but I don't think Trump's going to be that guy.
But what I'm getting at is this: you and Stephanie come here. This is where the studio is. But then you go home to your world. My point is he gonna treat the Oval Office as an office? In other words, he goes home every afternoon. He comes back every morning.
I don't think so.
So then it raises the question of does he already have a residency in Washington? Does he
Yes.
already own something in Washington? What does he own in Washington?
What?
Probably a hotel.
He bought the freaking property across the street, man.
Probably owns the
From-
White House.
The White,
White
House.
House.
So what is it across the street from the White House?
I don't know.
Property?
It
A
was-
house, a building?
I guess it's a building. He owns it now, from what I
piece of
understand.
property where they shoot bottle rockets out of his butt.
He
I don't
owns
know.
property all over
Ask
the place.
Siri.
yeah.
I just don't see.
I don't picture him sitting still. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I picture as the president's supposed to be somewhere.
I say Trump's going to be in your face.
Mhm.
Y'all remember when Jesse Ventura became the governor of Missouri?
Yes.
And do you his first month? You know what he did? He walked through every single solitary government office and introduced himself
Yes.
Mhm.
and got their names and all that other stuff. But by the end of his tour, whatever his thing, he was completely beat down. They had just beat his ass down into the ground, and he was basically a lame duck politician at that point. I just don't see, because of Trump's, I don't want to say stamina, but because of his work ethic, this guy sleeps like 4 hours a night.
It's personality.
I'm working on 5.5.
Yeah.
5 to 5.5 a
I'm
night.
3 to 4 hours a night. And so I understand I'm not anywhere near as productive as I should be. But this guy has the demeanor or the work ethic, you see what I'm saying, to be a monumental president.
Mhm.
Hillary, on the other fact, is her health is failing. We know this. Her health is failing. Her age is in consideration. She is gaining weight faster than I am, if that's even humanly possible. There are things wrong.
That is we need a scientist to answer that question.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's something.
is wrong.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They're not being honest. They're just, so what you were talking about earlier.
Because with you, we would
Trump-
need an astronomist and
What
a
is
regular
astro-
general
What
practitioner.
the hell is an astronomist?
Well, he can definitely point out Uranus and let the doctor tell us why it's getting larger.
astronomist.
What is her age now?
astronomist? Oh my God! What is that? What is an astronomist do? I can't even say it. What does an astromist do?
You get what my joke was?
What does he do?
The joke was astronomy. It's about planets and stuff. I said we need an astronomist to point out Uranus and let the doctor explain why it's getting so big.
So he's a subject matter expert in anus.
There's a planet called Uranus, Mike.
What? What did you
When
just
this
say?
happen?
What did you? There is no planet
trying-
named my anus.
I was trying to throw out a quick joke. And there is a place called Uranus. Your doctor saw it last Friday.
Well, yeah, he saw all of it. There's not a lot of people that can admit to seeing the other side of it. But there's no planet
It's
called.
definitely
But
the
there
dark
is some
side of the
people
moon.
that have.
Did you know that?
Mike's dark side of the moon is scary.
Yeah, there's no pudding. So
You can ask Bill Cosby about
an
that.
astromist.
I was just trying to make a tension breaker here to chase the
That
subject a
wasn't
little
a
bit.
tension breaker. That was just flat weird. I'm gonna look it up though, because you
You
never
look it
freaking
up.
know.
Look it up.
So
So how about those bicycles? Just change the subject. What else we got today?
Wow, that was crazy.
So I got to point out something. You see where Stephanie's rubbing her eye? So last night I was telling Crystal about Zaylee having 3 French fries in her hand. And she's holding her French fries like this and she's rubbing her hands and her eyes going, they burn. And I'm like, well, quit rubbing your eyes. Ow. Quit rubbing your eyes with French fries in your hand. Ow. I'm like, Zaylee, quit touching your eyes. You're getting salt in your eyes.
That's
salt,
terrible.
like she don't know what salt is, so she's like, salt? Yes, you're pronouncing it right, honey, but quit rubbing your eyes with French fries. So I go get a cold rag and I rub her eyes off for her. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I gotta tell you that I
like somebody getting sprayed by pepper spray. My eyes.
I really enjoy seeing the videos like yesterday when she was reading and stuff like that. And you know what? She really is over the last couple of years for me. I've seen a complete transition in that child.
Man, that personality, she's learned what?
To stay away from you.
Which is the 13-year-old problem. Because we say, Zaylee, she goes, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, no. No, don't start that now.
Yeah, I wonder where she gets that from.
What?
Yeah. Gosh, man, she just
snorted.
Monday night, she came down to the show, and she came around the corner over there. She's got cute little pigtails, and I gave her a chem light, you know, and when I was going to
tell people what that is,
it's a break and shake, you know.
Okay.
So
the little green glow in the dark sticks that you get like at Halloween.
Yeah, she didn't know what it was.
You crack it
before I shook it up, right? She didn't know what it was, so she had that look on her face. But I broke it and then I shook it up and it lit up and her eyes just lit up.
Well, because it glows in the dark, Mike.
Yeah,
of course it's going to light up her eyes.
But here's the deal.
And then she tries eating it.
All right, so
yeah, I had to take it from her.
Okay, though. They're hard plastic. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Okay, so she says bye to me, which was so.
And adorable. Mike rudely puts his headphones back on.
I
and starts
was doing
talking.
my show. I didn't know, but Scottie, of course, yelled at me, which he does on
because she kept yelling. She kept yelling for his attention.
So she got my
and she's
attention.
never done this. This is the first time ever.
Hi, Mike. And she said, "That's my mic." When she got upstairs, which was
hold on here. Let me paint the picture. We're walking past the recliner on the way to the steps. She goes, "Bye, Mike." He doesn't notice. She gets on the first step. Instead of walking, she stops and turns around and yells, "Bye, Mike," again. So I grabbed his attention. She gets 5 steps up and turns around and yells, "Bye, Mike," again, and I have to grab his attention. Then we get to the top of the stairs as she's trying to make that last step to get off. She goes, "Bye, Mike," and he doesn't answer. And then she gets upstairs and says, "That's my mic."
Isn't that cute?
And that's the first time she's ever done it. It was super exciting for me as daddy to see that.
Since my daughter rarely lets me see my grandchildren, I'm just going to have to live vicariously through Scottie's. So
he's going to be our dirty grandpa.
No,
he'll end up trying to live in the as soon as he gets rid of his dog, he'll end up living in the basement.
No, I'm gonna bring all sorts of toys.
Speaking of dogs, you see a picture of my dog I sent to you?
No,
on Facebook.
No,
tagged you in it.
No. When, where, how?
10-15 minutes ago.
All the important questions.
Well, I think I
have 11 just in the last 10 minutes.
I think
everybody. Do you know Bob?
Bob? Yeah, he spells it backwards.
Johnson?
I know everybody.
What an ugly dog, dude. This dog, does it got a dead eye?
No,
holy cow! This dog looks like. Look at this dog. It looks like one of them. It looks like one of these like skeleton type dogs that they sell at a Halloween store. Look at that. It looks like something from a Halloween store. The dog looks dead.
All right, so right here it's October. Working with
the dog's so nice. She just lays there. It's because she's dead, Jeff.
we're trying to get the Christmas. Jeff, you know you got to sing a Christmas song, right?
Yes, I've already got mine figured out.
I got asked, "Are we doing Christmas songs?" And I'm like, man.
Well, I told Variable Speed and Captain Pat they got to do a duet. I'm trying to do a duet with Savannah. So
you're just trying to do. I'm gonna not say that. I don't want to see that clearly. That was one time. Next statement.
That was not nice. Okay, so the next big topic that's in the news. And
I need Joe Leeper. I don't know if he's already left for Daytona, but I would love to challenge everybody at their business to do us a video when it starts getting Christmas time that we can completely keep sharing of like Joe Leeper standing there on video and all his people.
Yeah.
And even if it's only 30 seconds and just the main line of jingle bells, and have all the mechanics singing it, we'll get Rob's people, all them to sing it.
That'll be fun.
Little Richard, oh my God, he's by himself, puppy. So can you imagine him singing it?
Yeah, the pampered puppy will be fun, and they can have dogs barking and stuff.
I got mine.
The other one, okay, and I don't. We gotta get Highway Jack too. But the other thing is that's really in the news a lot right now is the clown thing that's going on.
Oh my God! Isn't that
now,
a mess?
apparently, a clown killed 2 children yesterday.
Are we kidding?
What?
Oh, I
No.
didn't hear
I'm
about that
serious.
one.
I'm serious. It was in the news.
Oh my
I was on
God.
the YouTube, but here, let me go find that. Yeah, so it's really starting to get out of control. And a friend of mine, I talk about him often, Jason, is a police officer in Zone 3 in Atlanta. And just kind of telling you what he told me to say on the radio. They will kill you. They are not going to screw around with you. It's getting out of hand.
If you look like that, even if you have the plastic meat cleaver with the fake blood on it, if you make an aggressive move towards a police officer,
you're going to get killed.
I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody in the United States, comply.
Yes.
If they say lay on the ground, you friggin' lay on the ground.
They said these clowns have definitely got.
Rich Archer heard you say a duet with Savannah, and all it says is
there's no Christmas song that starts with
yeah, there is. It's the drunk 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah. Well, Rich, you know what, Rich, you're gonna owe me an apology.
See?
Right after Savannah and I do a great song, you're gonna owe me an apology.
Okay, so the clown, the what? The
yeah, I just want to go ahead and make this fully understand. Now, look, it's even happening overseas. It's happening in the UK and Paris, all this stuff. Central Texas and California seem to really be having it. But like I said, I just wanted to let people know, if you're dumb enough to put this costume on and go scaring people now.
Death by cop, dude.
Yeah. You are more than likely are going to get hurt.
Well, the video you were just watching, that's why everybody's doing it.
Yeah, because of DM pranks. DM pranks have been doing that for years. That's probably one of some of the first videos I've ever watched.
Now it's a heated situation. There's the difference.
Now you're kind of
Shut up, Mike.
Okay.
That was from the Guru.
Oh,
Okay.
I was like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah. I was about to say, you know,
dude's been a little spazzy this morning, is he not?
Right now, Canada is saying.
Did you ride? Oh, you came in a car. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right now, Canada is claiming total that people are getting killed by clowns, which means people are going to turn around and kill clowns. They say it's potentially a prank. Professional clowns claim hoaxes hurting businesses. So you see what I'm saying?
The problem is in the United States, or at least I know so much in Georgia, that it is illegal to conceal your identity. So, you know, they say even if you're dressed as a clown and you're driving a car on the way to a kid's party, that is technically illegal.
Yes.
Ski masks are illegal. You'll get away with wearing a mask over your face while you're driving a motorcycle because it's a form of face protection. But when you're off a said bike, your face protection is supposed to be off too.
Yeah. Now,
so how many is
what about
Canada
people
saying?
like Mike that really need to wear the face protection?
It's protecting us, not Mike. Go ahead, Steph. What was your question?
How many has Canada said have been killed by the clowns?
23 total
people have been killed by clowns.
But here again, it's
wait.
saying
I'm asking a question.
Be a hoax.
Is it 23 people killed by clowns?
Mm-hmm.
But how many clowns have been killed? We don't know yet.
Don't know.
Okay, so you're saying it can be a hoax, meaning it's probably from WSB.
Well, this thing they're saying it's coming from Stephen King. Now,
Yeah,
I don't follow Stephen King, so I don't know.
Yeah, he has a movie called It, where the killer.
Supposedly, it was supposed to be coming back out.
It is, and so that's why they're saying that this is being fueled, because the clown in there is Pennywise. But also, I don't know how many of you have watched the commercials for Fright Night. They actually have a whole section of Fright Fest, not Fright Night, Fright Fest at Six Flags, where it's nothing but like killer clowns.
I got a feeling that's probably going to stop. How about this? Here's a question.
It's going to get out of hand.
Here's a hypothetical. What's going to happen with either what's the haunted house that we like to go to?
Netherworld.
Okay, so what happens? They have their little clown place, and Six Flags has their clown place. What happens when somebody dressed as a clown sneaks their way into one of these two places to work? Because you're dressed as a clown, nobody figures out that you're really not Bob or Tommy, who's supposed to be working there. And now we got somebody dressed up as a clown who really plans on killing somebody.
You evil bastard. You are.
He's sick
But I
in
mean,
the
that's
minute.
true. That
I'm
that
telling
could
you truth.
happen.
You're evil, dude.
I'm telling you the truth.
I can't believe
What's
you
going to
thought-
happen? What's going to happen when somebody dressed up as the clown who you believe is supposed to be there, and it's going to be just like some sick, twisted movie. Some dude's going to kill people. 5 of us are going to go walking through.
Oh my god.
5 of us
I'm not
complete
doing it.
strangers. 5 of us complete strangers who don't know each other come walking through. I grab Stephanie with a butcher knife. I kill her. Y'all think it's part of the show. Have no
Yeah.
idea she's really laying there dying, and I'm hacking her up, and y'all think it's part of the show, and you take off running to the next part of the show.
Yeah, because this goes along.
There's been
with
stuff
it,
like
but-
that in movies,
I
dude.
know, man. That's
Can I bring my
evil.
ex if you're going to do that?
That
Well,
is
we
so
were-
evil.
We went to Fright Fest one year, and we went through the haunted house, and there towards the end, we come up on a part where there's a guy that's hanging from the roof and he's bleeding, and then there's somebody in the floor and they're bleeding. Everybody thought it was part of the haunted house, but actually what
No.
had happened was when the guy swung down, the guy was
Oh,
taller
man.
than what the guy expected, and they ended up hitting heads and broke each other's noses.
Henry just said, "Oh crap!
So-
Now the clowns are going to be protesting. Clown lives matter."
They do.
So everybody was stepping over it because they thought it was part of the haunted house, but in reality,
See?
it was actually
Yep.
something had happened.
And then you're going to have civilians that are going to start freaking out, start shooting
Yeah.
people.
Have
Yeah,
you-
because
Whether they're a clown or not,
Yeah.
they're just going to, I mean, in
all,
the dark.
hey, all I can tell you is this: if you're on my property in the dark, you're in trouble. Whether you're a clown, dressed like a clown, or dressed like a Catholic priest, you let me find you in my yard in the middle of the night, it's on.
And
Don't have a screwdriver in your hand and move the wrong way, because I will take it as a threat.
people think it's funny in these public outings.
Did you just
Okay.
laugh at my new underwear?
Yes, I just
That's
said
what I have to wear.
Okay, I don't care. So people think it's funny at these public outings, or let's say like Lakewood, the
You
amphitheater.
make them that
Yeah.
small.
They're going to
And
jump
Stephanie,
out
you can't
there.
say nothing because you shared it.
They're going to jump out there in a clown, like a scary clown outfit. Do you realize? I mean, their parents are fighting in Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah,
What the hell could have possibly?
Can we
been?
understand what happened
No,
there to
because
cause it?
nobody does.
Nobody knows.
But
yet.
okay, so let's say some dresses in a scary clown outfit and goes to Lakewood. Do you understand the gang mentality? They're going to rip this guy's limbs off.
yeah.
But there's going to be somebody that does it. Apparently, there was somebody at a press briefing, a White House press briefing, that put on the clown head.
How did they even get in there with it?
Who knows?
Maybe
mean, like,
had
they
it
check-
hid.
the camera
Remember
back.
those knucklehead
Yeah, but they
couple
check
that went to one
everything.
of the things? I mean, remember the couple? The
Yeah,
couple, the real hot blonde. They went in that
Yeah.
shoot.
Went in.
They're having pictures made with the president. Remember the interpreter
Yeah,
in Africa that was trying to tell
Yeah.
people to steal third?
Yeah.
Had never been an interpreter before in his life.
I do
And he's-
remember that. That's
He's
funny.
standing this close to the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world. So
And Little Richard, wait, Little Richard says, and I want everybody, and before you three right here open your mouth, think about this for a second when I read what Little Richard wrote. He said, because preachers are going to be out there roaming around with a screwdriver, right? The flying monkey. Does nobody remember the idiot in Covington with the
Yeah.
sign who
Yeah.
was screaming he knew where I lived?
Yeah.
And was telling everybody my address and how all these kids were whores and they were going to go to jail and go to hell. I mean,
Can I open my mouth now?
yes, but you get my
Okay.
point. Little Richard said, like, there's going to be a preacher outside. Well, like, we thought this flying monkey was going to tell people where I lived. And I mean, come on. He claimed to be a preacher. Duh. Little Richard,
winning.
you were wrong on that one. Sorry.
that was funny.
No, but it's funny because that's what my statement was about, because he indicated before he resided in another state, he had put a video out telling everybody where I lived and how he had been watching me for, well over a year, and he knew what car he said all these weird things, and it was enough that when I sent it to the police department, they said, "Oh yes, sir, you have enough for a warrant for not a warrant, but enough for a TPO."
Yeah.
Good
Stalk
behavior bond or
much?
something.
So that's my point. If I would have seen him in my yard, I would have taken it in a completely, you let me come out at 10, 11, 12, 1, and this dude's in my yard. Why would you be in my yard at that time of the night? It's on.
Mhm.
yeah.
Trying to find
Now,
a screwdriver. He dropped.
You know that laser I have, right?
Yes, I
The one-
want.
Holy smokes! Let me tell you something. You point that.
I
thing.
want one of
I
those.
live on the farm.
Yeah, but you
know?
shine that in somebody's eyes. Oh my God, that'd be
Oh.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Did y'all do the pepper
I
spray?
want one.
No, we
Taser?
didn't do it.
No,
We
no,
didn't do
he
it.
had something come up.
Ah,
But that laser that Mike's got, I want one. It is
I tell
friggin'
you,
incredible.
It is.
so did y'all reschedule that?
Yes,
Well, we're trying.
but we don't have a date yet.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Are you volunteering?
No, I want to watch it.
Oh well, you got to no. You have to get either tased or pepper sprayed. You got it or something else.
The problem is he had to go coach a softball game that night, so he
Yeah.
couldn't get pepper spray.
So okay.
You have nothing better to do, so we
Yeah.
can pepper
I got
spray
me a
you.
job finally.
Oh, what?
Welcome to Moe's.
Really?
No.
Oh, damn it, man! I thought like he was serious.
God, you fell for that hard. Too.
Nah. I've had
I was
every
all proud of
insurance
you, like-
company in the
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
trying to get me to come work.
Well, how, can I
insurance-
ask a question? You did management for a furniture warehouse store for 25 years. How have you hit like the radar to go work with insurance companies? Like where'd
Just
that come from?
keywords in the resume,
Oh, okay, okay.
sales.
I'm just kind of like,
marketing.
how did you go from furniture guy to selling insurance?
I probably had about 30 of them. at
That's
least.
wild. I would have never
It
thought
is.
that.
Yeah, insurance is
There's certain keywords in your resumes that they go
Liberty
by.
Mutual.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
Mike's on that stalker list because of the keywords like girl, follow, duct tape, chloroform. That's how the DEA, human trafficking division, the people down at the harbor. I mean, he's on the fly list. Hell, he's on such
Pharmaceutical company, Bill Cosby.
right. He's on such a no fly list. He can't even package himself and try to have UPS deliver him to another state.
and I'm good with that. Because
Little Richard's typing. That means that
Yeah.
that one about the
He can
preacher is on his nerves.
He can use his Bounce app.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It's
Do your sales pitch for the Bounce app again. Somebody else asked me about it.
real. Why are y'all laughing? I'm doing this. It's in process.
Stephanie, have you heard about the Bounce app?
I think I did.
Okay, so go for it.
Okay.
A lot of
All
listeners
right.
don't know what
Here's
the
what
Bounce
happened.
app is.
All right.
Everybody think of Uber and how Uber works.
Right.
Please translate. Tell everybody what Uber does, and then tell what
Okay.
your
Uber
do
and
this
Lyft,
like you're on the Sharks, whatever.
Shark Tank thing. All right. Well, Uber and Lyft are services that it's all the transactions are done by PayPal, so you got to be signed up there first. If you're somewhere and you need a ride, you hit your Uber or Lyft app, and if there is an Uber or Lyft qualified driver close to it, they can accept it, and it tells you all about them, and it tells how long it'll be until they're there, and you both agree on a price for your destination. And this is all done before they ever show up. Then they show up and you have a happy little ride. It's very fun. Okay, my app is called Bounce, like, bouncing a ball. And the reason why it's called Bounce is basically what happens is if you're in an accident, or if you've, let's say, committed a crime, like you've robbed a convenience store and you accidentally got shot in the process and you're limping,
And you can't walk.
you can't walk,
Or run.
or if you're in a car accident and you don't have a license or insurance, or
And you're DUI and you
registration,
can't run.
and you're DUI or anything. Why do people have to
Hold,
call?
please. Let's catch this real quick. Just fun.
Okay.
Hello.
All right, so if I dress like an elf.
Okay,
and
you
I'm to your
pause.
yard, what
You
can-
pause. Hold on. Now you finish what you're saying, Mike.
Okay,
I was
so-
going to read that when Mike was done.
Okay, so
okay.
Go for it, Mike.
I can't believe I get interrupted by the guy on the phone.
Go, Mike.
Okay, so Bounce, what happens is you get in an accident and you go, oh crap, the cops are going to be here for a minute. So what I recommend you do is you tell the other guy, hey, give me a second and I'll get, my insurance information, all that other stuff.
I got to call my lawyer.
Basically, yeah, you got to call my lawyer. But basically what you do is you take off and you hit Bounce. And then one of the Bounce drivers who aren't credible will actually show up and get you away from the scene of the accident or crime. What do y'all think?
I think it'll work.
Yeah,
Damn.
I do too. I think it'll work.
So he will be an accomplice to how many crimes?
No,
But
no, I'm
hold on, I was-
He'll be a big hit in Atlanta.
I'm leading into this. So I say you're going to be accomplice to crime. And then Mike says, no, technically, I am only performing a service. I have no knowledge of what it is they've done. I'm not an accomplice. I am a paid person to
Paid
drive
driver.
them to their. That's right. He's a paid driver. So he
Oh,
has.
True.
So he's not an accomplice at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna call the app plausible deniability, but that's really hard to say.
But then that right there already that automatically tells people that what you're doing is wrong.
yeah, so
Yeah.
if somebody says, hey, what the hell did you just do? I bounced, dude. You see what I'm saying? Bounce, baby.
Okay. Now, Little Richard, go to your question.
Bounced right.
Little
out of
Richard's
there.
going back one conversation, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, it's
sorry.
typical. He's
So
really.
if I dress like an elf and go into your front yard, will I get shot if I'm carrying a giant candy cane?
What time is it?
I didn't hear him say what.
What time
What
would that
time
be?
is
What
it?
time of the day is it?
Does it matter if I
Yes.
dress
Yeah.
like an elf walking through the yard with a giant candy cane? Am I going to get shot?
Not during the day.
Okay. Well, then the next question was, what if the candy cane vibrates? Would Mike invite me in?
Does it light up? Wait a
I
minute.
was waiting to hear
Does
his
it light
answer.
up? Does it light up? Because if it doesn't light up, I'm not going to see it, and your ass is getting shot.
It's LED. Yeah.
Oh,
It'll be
God, yeah.
LED.
You're coming in the house.
All right, rock on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks
If
for
it
calling
warms
in.
up, you
Shut
can
up,
hit
Mike.
bounce, and I'll
Shut
come
up,
pick you up.
Thanks for calling in.
Hit your
Bye.
bounce.
Bye-bye.
out.
So, Little Richard. Rich Archer said you would be charged with aiding and abetting, but
No one.
a taxi cab driver wouldn't be. If the
Yeah,
taxi
no.
cab driver was not aware of what he was only hired for transit, he has no idea what's being transported.
Yeah. Why? That's why I used to do cocaine.
Mike,
Is- what? I'm being serious.
Mike, don't tell this story.
I was just trying to be serious.
I hear you trying to be funny.
No, it wasn't funny. We put it in a
Mike.
envelope, and then we put it in
Quit
a,
trying to be funny.
and we'd send it.
Mike, quit trying to be funny.
We used to put the guy's name.
Mike, quit trying to be funny.
I used to have to pay the taxi driver up front. Though.
Mike is fictional character. He's a lie. Don't take anything he's saying too
No, I
seriously.
really used to do that. for
Mike
me.
is an idiot. He's a liar. Don't take him too serious.
And then sometimes, your
Mike
drug
is an
dealer-
idiot.
If your drug dealer can't come,
You're
to
an
the-
idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
So
All right, you guys.
Holiday idiot.
you couldn't get charged with the what is that after the fact?
If you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, those deadly after effect charges.
You know what I'm talking about.
Usually her after effects take 7 to 14 days to show up on a test.
and all I know is after effect, it usually smells a little. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
And they have a pill
you
for
know,
that.
like I forget what they're, but
The commission of a crime
Accessory
after the fact.
yeah,
But what crime am I committing after effect? I'm giving someone a ride.
Legally,
you're-
and you're being paid as a
Yeah.
company.
So I don't know what he's calling for, and that's not something I would inquire about. So if I murder,
Okay, so
Robitussin-
now the question becomes, if you present this and sell it as an app for criminals,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
that means you knew about it.
Acknowledging.
You are acknowledging that's what you're doing, and you're acknowledging the fact that you're helping evade. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's almost like it's almost
Aiding
like
and abetting.
inciting. You're part of inciting a riot.
Have you ever committed a crime?
So what you would do is not
Never.
sell it as
Have you ever committed a
bounce
crime?
and helping somebody get away from a crime. You just sell it as bounce.
Have you ever committed a crime?
I don't know.
So all three of y'all are criminals.
So what you do is you don't sell it as,
we
okay.
just didn't get caught.
So realistically, you couldn't sell it as a criminal getaway. You sell it as a
She's getting it today.
you sell bounce as an emergency getaway.
No, bounce is a service.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't sell it as a criminal getaway just for fun radio.
Hey man, what's going on?
What's happening?
This is hilarious. And,
You're just jealous because you didn't think about it.
Hey,
listen, I love the idea. I really do.
Say-
I'm glad you're not really doing this because even you know better.
Alex,
I am.
hang on, Alex. Say, I'm not going to read what you typed me, but it's a catch slogan. Say what you just said the count slogan is.
His business catchphrase will be bounce. Your getaway driver.
Your getaway. I'm using that.
Because that's how you portray the entire business as a getaway driver for hire.
Okay.
Right? And then he thinks, well, I can't be charged with anything.
Okay.
Of course you can.
So let's do it this way. If you was to present this, you don't present this in a criminal element. You say, so have you ever been the guy that sneaks over to the girl's house? Have you ever been the guy that sneaks over to the wife's house while the husband's at work and you have to worry about your car being seen? What you do is you hire bounce. We drop you off, and then as soon as you know he's coming home, you hit us and you bounce.
No, see, that's an accomplice.
Yeah, but that's not a crime.
I can't.
I tell you the way you were. I'm your
can't
emergency
say.
driver.
I am your emergency driver.
You can't say that because you
brilliant.
commit the crime and then you go, I gotta bounce.
But you can't admit that you know there's a crime happening, Mike.
Well, I don't know
I'm
there's a
gonna
crime.
assume-
I just
I'm gonna-
know that they gotta bounce.
Yeah, they got a bounce. I don't know why. Listen, I'm guessing we've all seen the movies, The Transporter and The Transporter 2, and he is, effectively, he's a driver for hire.
And
right?
he's gonna be our spokesman for bounce.
Listen,
Statham.
I don't blame you there.
Never
And you
look at
could
the
have video
package,
games-
baby.
You could have video games made after this business and
That's
everything. But I'm not a big, I don't really follow the movies. I don't know their backstories. But he's a driver for hire, and people hire him to do criminal acts, right? They hire him as a getaway driver or somebody to move illegal product from one place to another.
Or dead
Now,
bodies.
if he advertises his business that way, obviously he can be charged with a crime. If he advertises as, hey, I'm just a driver, I'm here available for any purpose, and seriously, guys, we mean any purpose, then you have plausible deniability.
And see, that's what I was getting at is as long as you sell it with the pretense of you paint the illusion of a non-criminal activity, but yet still stressing the fact that I'm here to help you get out of here fast. At least you're not acknowledging that I'm hired. You're not acknowledging that I'm being hired to help you escape the police.
Right.
You're saying I'm here to help you escape the pissed off husband.
No, you're just.
You don't even say. I wouldn't even say. In this instance, I wouldn't even say that. I would just say we're there for you for any reason.
That's right.
Seriously, fellas, seriously, any reason, whatever that reason is, we're your ride. But
okay. Have you ever rode in a cab?
Rob a bank, and need to get away quick. Call bank.
No. That's not how you do it.
No,
That's not how you do it.
or
You
say
guys
if
are misunderstanding.
say or make a slogan. Need a fast car? Call me.
No, we don't even drive fast.
How are you bounce?
You know, where does it
Supposed to be getting out of there in a hurry.
No, it's a convenience. It's not
Convenience.
something that happens quickly.
When I'm out running the cops, I'm not trying to be convenient. I'm trying to get the hell away from the cops.
So he's trying to get you from having to outrun the cops.
Of course, I'm not outrunning the cops, but I'm using it
Have you
figuratively.
guys
If I'm trying
ever-
to outrun the cops.
Have you guys ever been in a cab?
No,
Everybody's- okay.
I've never taken a cab ride
Are you serious?
I have.
How
because
about
the
a limo?
seats are nasty. I've
How about
never
a
been
limo?
in a limo.
Okay, so here's what
I've
they
been in
do.
a cab
When
once.
you get in there, they say, hey, where are you going? And you tell them, and that's it. They don't say, why are you going to the airport? So a
But
bounce
you're
driver's the
trying to
same
sell,
thing.
yeah, but you're trying to sell bounce on the fact that if you're trying to escape a crime, I'm here for you, brother.
That's right. So here's my question.
Your
If they
sales
drive
pitch
fast,
sucked.
if you're not going to be driving fast, Mike, are you going to be at least be expensive?
Of course.
Okay, so
And it,
They,
we're only going to
they got the money.
So you're acknowledging
let's
there's
say-
the crime and you're paying because I'm
All right.
I'm
One,
extorting your
the
situation.
drivers are all
Right.
going to be hot girls, and you guys know I don't do big ones. So they're all going to be thin, hot chicks.
And they're all going to be
And-
smart cars, right?
In the back of the car, there's going to be a tarp.
Just like clowns.
So if we pick you up and you're running from the cops, one, the hot girl, low cut shirt, she can get out of anything.
Oh my
Plus,
God.
for an extra $5, you can ride underneath the tarp.
All Mike's cars are going to look like them smuggling trucks that smuggle bodies from
Yeah.
place to place.
Absolutely.
So here are my options. My options are, well, let's assume I rob a bank. I need to get out of there. I don't have the option of getting out of there quickly with either Uber or banks because none of them are going to drive fast. Although, some of these Uber drivers are a bit insane. So I might be better off saving the money and getting out of there faster with Uber, Is that what you're saying?
Well, here, I got to point something out. If you're planning to rob a bank and you haven't figured out the getaway yet, well, you're not that bright. Maybe you should get in there.
Hey, listen, I agree with you. I agree entirely. Wouldn't that negate your entire business model?
No, my business model is based on the fact that you do plan for a getaway. You come out and the chicken poop that you hired to be your getaway drivers, he already left.
He's already bounced.
He bounced. So what you do now is you go, oh crap, here I am with a bag of illegal money, and it more than likely has a dye pack in it. I got to get out of here.
And
I'm gonna bounce.
And why not let the dye pack blow up somebody else's car?
Yeah. In fact, the inside of our cars are pretty much going to look like paintball arenas. From the blood, the semen, and the freaking paint
Like
packs.
Look like a room for Dexter.
And yet, through this entire conversation, he still thinks he could not be charged as an accomplice.
Hey, look, all I know is the GoFundMe account is growing.
Oh,
So
Hey, listen.
well, his
I'm
drivers
in.
could be, not him.
You sold me, brother. I'm in. I'm invested.
I know you were asking a lot of very technical questions. You were.
Yeah, I mean, I need the details before I throw money into it.
That's
Jeez.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, just, you know what? All you got to do is sit back and think about this. Have you ever needed to bounce? Have you ever been at a girl's house and her husband comes home?
All right. Well, look, we got a boogie, brother. Thanks for calling in.
You touched
All right,
Scott's.
see you later.
You touched Scotty's butt at
Oh
the
my
Mystic Grill.
God.
Didn't you want to bounce?
Mike,
I mean,
now, hey, you know what I just learned? You know what I just thought about? Okay, so you can't conceal your identity legally, right?
no, yeah.
So here's what I would do if I was going to go rob a bank. I would have a backpack. I'd have 2 backpacks.
Damn, how much are you carrying?
Wait a minute. First backpack's going to be when I escape, they're shoving all the money in the backpack, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second backpack, I'm going to have a complete outfit to make me look like a Muslim lady. So I'm going to rob the bank. I'm going to run into McDonald's where most of the time there's no video cameras.
Or Muslims. They
I'm
don't
gonna-
eat McDonald's.
I'm going to put on a Muslim outfit. I'm going to flip the backpack around to make me look fat. I'm going to wear it on my chest, and I'm going to have some fake boobs. I'm going to put on this shamak thing that you keep talking about. And I'm a burp, and I'm going to put it over my face, so all you see is my bushy eyebrows, and I'm going to look like every Muslim woman I've ever seen. And then I'm going to walk down Peachtree Street, and they're never going to realize I'm the guy that just robbed the bank. Because they can't legally stop me for religious persecution, whatever. They can't mess with me. They can't ask me to show my identity. They can't demand anything. I'll sue.
Do you
after I get away
know that is the loophole? That
And once you walk up 2 blocks, then you bounce.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to call my bounce driver.
Well, I mean, bounce, we don't discriminate.
What was the loophole?
The loophole, that's what the law enforcement, as far as counties and code enforcement is doing, that's what they're calling upon is you cannot.
I know. Why do you think I picked on that?
You can't conceal your identity.
I just made sure that I just pulled out a topic that a lot of people are not aware of that I've heard about. That is the fact of I can demand Stephanie take off a hat. I can demand Stephanie take off her coat. I can't demand.
Don't go no further.
I can't demand Stephanie to get naked. But if at a traffic stop, I can demand her to take off her jacket. I can demand her to take off her hat. I can demand her to take off her shoes. I can have a female officer come and pat her down.
Dang, it's going to be a busy day.
But we cannot do that to a Muslim lady because it violates her religious rights.
Well,
nobody asked you your religious rights.
That's what I was going to say. How do you know that I'm not Muslim? How do they know that I'm not Muslim?
See my point? I just started another conversation and we're supposed to be getting out of here. So tomorrow, would somebody make a note? And let's talk about this tomorrow.
About bounce?
We'll talk about bounce too, but talk about the fact that you cannot demand a Muslim lady to show her face. You can't demand her. How do you pat down a Muslim lady? Just for fun.
With a tennis racket?
All right. I got to have some fun with it. It's actually a true thing.
Oh, boy.
East Lake Road and 155, there is a gas station, all right, in McDonough.
Yep.
They actually have
There's
a
a couple
sign
of them
on the door that states, if you wear a hoodie in my store, you will not be served.
Yes, and they have the right to refuse service. I've seen a couple of those lately.
Yep.
There's signs now that say that if you wear hoodies or you got your pants hanging down, that I have the right to refuse service and you're not allowed in my store. I saw that the other day.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
About time.
That
Do
is
they
for real.
do they have that right though to do that?
Because now that kind of gets back into the you're gay, I'm not making you a
Okay.
wedding cake. Remember
And those
that?
people went out of business.
So tomorrow, we
Yeah.
need to jump all over this tomorrow.
Yeah. They went out of business and they
Heck yeah.
still owe $300,000.
Hey, remind us tomorrow. Let's get into this conversation, little Richard.
I'll call you in the morning.
Roger
remind
that.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
Go to work.
I got from Brett. I have thought about using a fat suit like the Eddie Murphy had in The Nutty Professor to do a getaway. He said, then they're searching for a fat guy and not a semi-fat ace.
Jane's Addictions video. Same thing. Had the big tubs shoving it.
I feel that you guys are being a little discriminatory towards fat people, which is kind of upsetting me a little bit because fat people's lives matter until they have a heart attack.
As the spokesman, you're saying this?
And the other thing is I really don't think big chicks should be driving for Bounce.
Mike, shut up. Okay, we're out. Everybody, we love you guys. Have a good day.
See ya.
Make sure y'all do something
Happy
try to make somebody smile.
Please.
I gotta go pee.
That's how you make them.
I've been
smile.
holding it way too long.
Please.
We got to go. Everybody,
Be
we love
nice
you
to
guys.
each
We'll see y'all
other.
later.
Be
Be
nice
nice.
to each other. Love
Do
each
it just
other.
for
I
fun.
used to think if I was going to be a rapper, that would have been my name was Be Nice, because back before I was DJ Scottie, when I could just say and do as I wanted and I didn't have to worry about anything coming back at me, I was always just saying things and people would keep saying be nice, be nice, be nice. So I actually thought that was my name. Okay. So anyways, we're going to get out of here. Mike's kid thinks his name's Dumbass. So everybody, we'll see y'all later.